damn, what is this?
Yeah, it was created when the CEO of Twitch was kind of being real creepy and about like female streamers, and there was this big drama about TwitchCon, and somebody made it, and it was hilarious.
Isn't he still creepy?
Yeah, he's still doing creepy ass shit every damn day, man. Every damn day. Shout out to Billy with a $10 super chat that says Crazy Bricks and the Mini Poos tried to take down Ben's Patreon. The CEO said no. And then went after GoFundMe. They're getting desperate. Yeah, and it went back up. I actually don't know what the hell happened there. I don't know if Ben did that himself or what happened. But at any rate, welcome to the show today, guys. On Wednesday, we're hanging out with my boy, The Last Relic, who is a former owner of Bricks and Minifigs. And he's got a lot of interesting info, especially about Josh Johnson and Best. I can never think of his first name.
Brandon Best.
It's BB and JJ. Yeah. BB and JJ. And apparently, from what I've heard you say in the past, that they were just straight up a-holes, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you 100%. You can tell when you look at him. You get the vibe.
Well, like, here's the thing. Like, Brandon, like, when he comes in, like, he's, like, your best friend in the world, man. Like, he talks quiet. He's, like, you know, he's trying to befriend you, you know what I mean? And he's like all sympathetic and all that bull crap, but then I would say he's probably worse at this point because he pretends to be a friend and then just pulls the rug out from under you.
Yeah, he does the thing. He does well, being in corporate environments my whole life, like you'll always meet that
sucks.
Guy. I had a guy, head of HR back in the day at GameStop. His name was the Tool Man. I called him the Tool Man. It's very obvious to know what his real name is if you know the Tool Man. And he was the nicest dude in the world. And then he would take you in the back and cut your head off, man. Just make up allegations. Yeah. That's what they did at GameStop. They would just make stuff up and fire you. That's how they always did it. Saw it happen 100 times. But yeah, dude, I would love to get into your story on what's going on, get your opinion on everything going on with Bricks and Minifigs, and if you can kind of enlighten us to maybe some inside info on how these people actually act, because I don't know if you saw it today, but the Coffeezilla video came out, and the CEO, CFO, or COO, the brothers, they seem to be like lying their ass off because they claim they never got an itemized list, like ever got an itemized list. And Coffeezilla immediately pulls it up and says it's right here, and you have access, and it's from your like corporate email system.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I've never seen that before, and he's like, it's been here sitting here, and he's like, oh, first time I've seen it. I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? There's lawsuits flying around.
Like last week, it's been today is what day? Wednesday? So last week on Monday, I got a call from corporate, threatening me, if you get yourself involved, it's not gonna be good for you. They're gonna come after me, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, as somebody who used to be your guys' friend, because you guys screwed me over, have Ammon stop talking to people because he looks like a dick every time.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing it's like lawyers are like, just deny that you ever saw that or something like that. But that's my guess. I'm not saying that's what happened, but obviously these guys are scumbags.
They contacted you already about all this?
Oh yeah. So I was on the Reckless Ben video for like 5 seconds of his response to the police department, right?
Yeah.
And we had it was only supposed to be a 20-minute phone call, like previous to that video, obviously. And we ended up talking for close to 50 minutes, maybe an hour.
Yeah.
And I told them feel free to use it. And then by the time they called me, they said we've been hearing that you might put out your story, and we recommend you don't do that. I'm like, first of all, little too late. I already talked to Reckless Ben, so you can't do anything else that you can do to me because you took everything from me. So what else do you want?
It seems like they just use lawsuits to silence everyone. I mean, apparently from what I saw today, they actually in the past sued their own father.
So that is a rough situation because their father was super, super dishonest.
Yeah.
And they don't even talk to their father anymore because there was infidelity, there was a bunch of stuff. They thought their dad was a hero and stuff like that, but that's more personal on their side of things. And unfortunately, they always claim to be always wanting to be honest and everything, and they're kind of following the same route, the same footsteps as their father, all bad guys don't think they're a bad guy; they think they're the good guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's funny because it's the weirdest thing to see them get caught lying over and over, especially the COO. So the brother that I think not a lot of people know about, he went on the ACOB guys show and
Yeah,
was
both
losing
of them.
his mind. Yeah, both of
Yeah,
them did. But the
yeah,
COO, he was losing his mind. He was like angry at everybody. And as Coffeezilla showed out today, that there's at least $20,000 that's completely unaccounted for. And there's all these unanswered questions.
yeah.
And when somebody puts facts in front of Eamon or anybody to that matter, they just say, "Oh, well, I didn't know." And I'm like, I don't think that's going to hold up in a court of law, especially since they said they were going to come to the table and they were going to consider dropping this lawsuit, I guess. But now it's going back the other way, especially since
Yeah.
Coffeezilla.
I watched the Coffeezilla video. It also kind of looked like there was really bad business practice on the store owners and corporate.
Yeah, it seems
Like,
like everybody kind of screwed the
yeah,
pooch.
because it's like, oh, you said you had $50,000 in sales or 57,000. You only paid him 17, and you should have been paying him around 24 to 30.
Yeah,
And so, where's the rest of that money, and why throughout all this time you never gave it to him?
yeah. It seems like
You know?
everybody messed up a little bit.
Yeah, because it's like the money is still into your bank account. Like, corporate can't just take over your bank account when
Right.
when they take over your store. So like that's where I thought it was a little iffy. I'm like, I'm not saying that they're at fault or anything like that because I just don't know. But it's weird that they didn't pay the rest from the sale that they already made.
Yeah, and it seems like no one wants to it's kind of like PayPal at eBay. You know,
Yeah.
if PayPal doesn't pay you out or eBay or vice versa, they just keep telling you to go to the other person, right? They're like, oh, just go back to PayPal, and then PayPal's like, go to eBay, and then eBay's like, go to PayPal, and that seems to be the situation with the owners of Bricks and Minifigs. They just say, oh, well, it's this former franchisee's fault, therefore we're not at fault, and then the former franchisees is kind of throwing it back. You
Yeah,
know,
like what I don't understand is like why didn't you keep it in house? You know, like look at all the documents because obviously there were documents, and then pay Brian what he's owed, and then go look for the product, and
yeah.
then go after the store owners or Brandon, whoever's at fault here, but keep it in house. Now you got this PR nightmare. You're trying to ruin just normal people's lives over 200,000,
That
and
doesn't seem to be that seems to be what they do. You
dude,
know?
yeah, yeah.
So tell me your story. So tell me where it first began. So you're looking to get into Bricks and Minifig. You're looking at purchasing a store. Just start from the beginning and tell me kind of what happened with you.
Yeah, so I was at the time when I discovered Bricks and Minifigs, I was doing power washing, cleaning, and roofing like all through Alabama, Georgia, Florida, pretty much wherever I can get work, right? And there's this company that I was with for like 3 months, and we were working on a deal so that I could buy that company.
Right.
And it was the guy's baby. Like he had it for 40 years, and when it came time to sign papers and stuff, it was just that like, yeah, I don't really want to part ways with it.
Right.
And he still has it till this day, and he's like 75 years old, 76,
Damn.
and he's doing it. He's
Right.
up there on the roof and everything. But I came across the store, and I was like, this thing looks run down, looks trashy, and I just started talking to the employees there, and they're like, oh, this is a corporate-owned location, and it's up for sale. I'm like, well, all right. Like when I worked at GNC, my job, like what they did with me is that they put me in multiple different stores, and my job was to take it from the red, put it back into black, train a new staff, train the managers, get employees in, and then boom, there's a new store, right? So I'm
Yeah.
like, I think I could, transform this place and make it something awesome, make it profitable, whatever. And so I contacted them. I'm like, how much is it? Whatever. We had our talks, and we came up to an agreement where, like, hey, they pretty much were okay with like, why don't you take it over now, and then in 6-7 months, we will start taking payments from you.
Right.
And then this is the agreed payment. And at first, they wanted me to do the Orlando location, like open an Orlando location. I'm like, hey, my expertise is taking something that exists and making it better.
Right.
That's what I can do. And I told them like for an SBA loan, it's going to take 6 months to a year. And for some reason, even at that time, they didn't want me to bring on, or they were skeptical on the investor part. I'm like, it'll be a silent investor. And they're like, no, we need to meet him and everything. And he's like, I'm not going to fly out to meet these guys. And even then, he was a little skeptical because he only invests in like grocery stores and like things that are very necessary,
Right.
that could survive a crash. So I was like, all right. And then I told him like my plan, like it could be a year or whatever. But if you want me to come in now, like let's come up to some agreement. We made the agreement. Awesome. When I got in, it only had like maybe 30,000 in inventory. That's very little.
Right.
And its reputation, I did not know about how garbage the reputation was. Like there were customers that the old owner of that Bricks and Minifigs, like he was trying to cheat on his wife with, yeah, yeah, he the first week I was there, he threatened one of my employees at like I guess his new store. He was like importing Chinese products that were fake Lego and selling it to people as if they were real Lego. He did all this stuff, got a second register, whatever. So I was like, all right, so I have to like build up a reputation. And then I started seeing like a lot of holes in the business model. I'm like, there's only 7% of profitability here if you order from their vendors. So I cut
Right.
off their vendors. I'm like, well, it's buy, sell, trade. Let me go to the people. And we filled it up and we were getting like 35 to 40% profitability. And it was awesome. So build up the location. Um, the reason we moved to a second location was because the mall itself, they had new that same year they were bought out by another company.
Right.
So they bought out the mall, and then somebody from corporate who just quit the mall, not Bricks and Minifigs, hit me up and she was like, "Hey, this is what they plan to do with you. They saw how like you transformed the store, the lighting, you grabbed your own tools and fixed everything up. Well, they're gonna send you this into another spot in the mall that's super damaged, same square footage, which didn't make sense, and they're gonna keep doing that to you as you fix up locations, and then eventually they might kick you out because
Right.
they had a temporary contract. So I adopted a contract that was just trash. So I found that out. They sent me the eviction notice to the next location, and I called them and I'm trying to fight it. Whatever, we moved to another location. And it didn't even make sense 'cause I was like, I could get a permanent contract because I'm supposed to have first dibs. And that month we made like 80 grand in sales that month. And they were like, no, no, like you have to go to this spot, whatever. So we go to the second location. The second location, the problems that we had were like Google not being able to update. It was abrupt. We move out. 2 weeks later, we reopen to another location. So no advertising, no marketing, all that stuff.
Right.
So I'm calling corporate. There's not really much that they can do. They did sign on as personal guarantors, and I'm like, all right, what's the plan here? So they didn't really like help me with a marketing plan. They're just like, reach out to your local community. Like
And
they encourage you
is this
to like,
Amen and them?
yeah, Eamon, Matt McNeff. But at this time, like the store is growing. By the time I got in, there was like less than 50 locations. And then
Right.
by the time I moved location, there was already over 100 stores, right?
Oh,
And now it's 300, right?
yeah.
So then I was dealing with other people in corporate instead of straight to the owners because Matt and Ammon are the owners, right?
Yeah.
Um, so I'm dealing with a bunch of people, and they're like, "Well, the 1% advertising fee is for like the cups and the logo and all that." And they've always encouraged like, go to your local fire department, police department, like befriend them and all that, so that you could get the word out, you could get people in. Go to your local um, mom and pop shops, which is not bad advice, like, but it's not how
Yeah.
we're gonna get the customers there and get sales.
Yeah. Guerrilla marketing, basically.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
go out and put flyers on cars and stuff like that.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah. um, So, but it was all right. We still made more that year than we ever did all the years previous to me coming in.
Right.
So we did get some solid sales. And by the time September of 2024, I gave them a phone call. I'm hey, I just talked to your accountant. And by the way, when it was time for me to start paying their monthly payments or whatever, I called them. I'm like, I haven't received a bill yet. So like, I'm not trying to skip out. I'm just letting you guys know I haven't received a bill. Then their accountant in corporate was like, oh yeah, we'll put it with your royalties. I'm like, okay, great. But then every time I called, they're like, yeah, we'll put it with your royalties, but it never happened.
And this bill is what? What is
It's just for me to like fulfill the purchase of the store. You know,
Okay.
whether for whatever amount that we decided upon, right?
Right. Okay.
And so then by September, I get a call from corporate that that was like, "Hey, we heard you wanted to talk to us." I'm like, "Yeah." So I wanted to bring on an investor. I wanted to do this, this, and this. I want to put a huge marketing campaign out. We're doing all right, but I really want to do much better than what we're doing right now. And they were like, and then we come up to agreement. We're like, I don't have to pay royalties for a little bit. Like back, like when November 17th or something, or like mid December comes around, then I'll start paying royalties again, and I'll just pay it in full. The royalties that I missed, because then they just said just use the money for royalties for marketing.
Right.
Awesome. But I was really confused. I'm like, why can't I bring on an investor? I have somebody that's willing to like just drop 200 grand. It was like $236,000 to like do marketing and hit up to make it. Our plan was to make it $1 million store in a year.
So
At the new location.
You had an investor interested in giving you like $250,000 to just kind of lay out all your marketing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I showed him all my numbers from the year previous and what we were able to do, and then the numbers that we were doing there and our average ticket and everything. I'm like, the only problem is like all my staff is trained super well. The only like we were like $65 to $80 average ticket. Our goal was $95 average ticket. But all that stuff, right? And so he saw my work for a year and he was like, all right, I'm ready. And then they just said no. And I'm like, all right, what do you want me to do? They're like, so then Matt McNeff gave me the idea of like, why don't you do a massive sale and get a bunch of capital, because it sounds like you have a lot of product, because I told them how much product I had in store.
Right.
And so we do the sale, but then I'm like, I'm just going to call a buddy of mine that owns his own vintage toy shop, and he has his own Lego, right? And he was like, I need like around 50 to 70% profit on my product, because we don't compete straight with the corporations. Our place is cheaper. And I'm like, damn. And it all depended on which product, like if it was a Star Wars set versus like a Friends set.
Right.
You know, like Friends sets don't really sell, so he needs a lot more profitability because it's going to sit on the shelf longer. I'm like, okay, you pick out. Awesome. He sends me a check for 20 grand. I'm like, great. I think it's like a week or two later, we get hit with a massive hurricane.
Right.
And then the store's closed. Like employees can't get to the shop. And then we get hit with a second hurricane. I'm like, well, damn, like there's like most of the money for the marketing. And one of my goals was like, I'm never going to stop paying payroll and rent. I'm always going to pay on time. It don't matter.
Right.
And so then I call up. This is where it starts, like Josh and Brandon get in. So I call up corporate, and I was like, okay, like this is the situation. This is what I'm thinking. And I come up with a plan. Like, now you let me bring on the investor, and they were kind of like, no. Like, then the only thing I could think of, like, I really believe in the brand. I'll sell you guys back the store for what's on the contract, a percentage off the inventory, and you'll just buy the inventory, all the goodwill, the customers we created. Because like when you sell brick and mortar, there's a part where it's called the goodwill.
Yeah.
So like your email list and stuff like that. But like the furniture, I'm like, don't have to worry about that. We'll just keep it in the store. Like I'm gonna buy it back anyways. So we'll just do straight to the inventory. And like the store just needs marketing. And they somewhat agreed. They used like some language that I was like, okay, wait, so you're buying it, right? It's like, well, we got these guys, Brandon and Josh.
Yeah.
And they labeled them as like store rescuers. Like their expertise is like the same thing I was doing, kind of like they're gonna go take the store, really build it up, turn it into $1 million store, and then we like you a lot, so maybe you could partner with them, or you could buy like halfway in, and maybe in the end, if they don't want that location, you just buy it back from them in like 6 months or so. I'm like, okay, like I'm okay buying it for a bigger price.
It sounds to me like they're these store savers, but it almost seems like they come in to like do a hostile takeover.
Oh, you have no idea.
That's what it seems like to me. And I had a question: Did they give did Eamon and Matt, did they give you a reason why they wouldn't allow this huge investor to come in and partner with you?
No, they never gave me a reason. They would like ask me things. Do you think throwing money at the problem is the solution? I'm like, literally, it's the only thing we need.
Yeah.
The store is perfect. Marketing companies need money. They're not gonna partner with you if you got no money. Like, I don't know how to explain this to you, but it's all we need, man. And I filmed the store. I'm like, come take a look at the location. It is bomb. It's a solid spot. I really like put my heart and soul into,
Right.
And so then Brandon flies out. I've already done the inventory like 4 times. I did it myself. I had every employee do it themselves, so it's like unbiased and like don't show me. Well, I'll deliver it to Brandon when he gets here, and I'm like, this is the layout, and then if you want to interview them, they'll tell you the number they came up with.
Right.
I like, it's fine if he doesn't trust that, whatever. But then he did his own inventory count when he was there, and he told me everything was matching, like it was perfect.
Right.
I'm like, all right, cool. Well, then he kind of stops talking to me like, hey, before we go forward, you need to receive a letter in your email, and then we can make a game plan after that. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, why can't we talk about what's next, what we're going to do for Christmas time and, all this stuff.
Right.
So he's like, you just have to receive the letter. I'm like, all right, I get the letter. And it's pretty much just lays out like 4 things I did wrong that terminates my franchise agreement.
Yeah. Yep.
And I'm like, wait, what are you talking about? Like right here it says I didn't pay rent. I've always paid rent on time. And you guys are the ones that were late on your rent because you guys said you were going to pay rent in the December month because you're already taking it over. Like I thought the money was going to go to escrow and then we're going to negotiate a little bit more and then I was going to receive the money, right?
And you already had a conversation, right? So you
had a conversation.
You already reached out and approved this and let them know what was going on.
Yep. And the Brandon was trying to be all nice, like, hey, if you want the day off, you could go home and relax. And I'm like, no, dude, I get paid $19 an hour because that's what you guys gave me. And my wife was pregnant at the time and I have 2 kids. So I'm like, what? Like, I'm barely able to wipe my butt with $19 an hour, man.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get all the freaking hours I can. And then I'm going to go work my second job. So I don't have time to de-stress.
Right.
Right. So then I'm trying to call Matt and Ammon through the month of December. They're not picking up.
The CEO and COO, right?
Yeah, and the owners, right?
Right.
They're not picking up, and I get it. December, busy month of the year for every company. I'm like, all right, I'll give them a little leeway, but we got to talk about this. Meanwhile, they're saying like, hey, you're just a regular employee for now, but we like your work, and you will be manager. We're thinking we want you to apply to be, and then Josh calls me. He's like, no, we're switching it up. We want you to apply to be manager. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you can kind of see my numbers and how I manage the location. You could talk to the employees of how I've been as a manager. So
it sounds like they had somebody in mind already, right?
They didn't. They didn't, and then they were constantly looking. We found the position open on LinkedIn, all that stuff, and I'm like, all right. So I'm talking to him. I'm like, I think I'm gonna be manager because by the end of December, they're like, oh yeah, Brandon flew out his family because they have family here in Florida, and they just all hung out at the store for a little bit, and I got to meet him, and he's like, yeah, this is my wife and kids, blah 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 blah. I'm like, cool. And then like, yeah, you're looking like the best candidate, so we'll make it official in January. And then like a few days after we had a phone call that, oh, we haven't made a decision. The manager that they hired was already in Utah that lives here in Florida, and they already made an agreement. Like, you don't fly somebody out to do an interview across the country, right? So he shows up with Brandon, and super nice guy. His name is Carl, 72 years old. He used to run a newspaper company. He knows business, and he was super excited. Never really knew Lego, and we had great conversations, and we're like, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is the game plan. And they never kind of gave him money to do the things that they promised they were going to let him do. So a few months go by. I finally get a hold of Ammon, and we talk for like an hour. And then he's saying all this stuff where, oh, in that letter, they fined me like 70 grand.
Yeah.
And they said that I also didn't pay royalties. I'm like, we have phone records of you agreeing. You're the one that brought up the idea to not pay royalties. Or I think I was the one that brought up the idea. But you were okay. You were okay with it. Like,
Yeah, yeah, they're trying to point at basically small print
yeah.
and contract to retroactively negate your contract and get you out without actually compensating you in any way. What was the $70,000 in fees for?
It was like the supposed amount of money that they would have made with the remaining years on my contract.
Oh, okay.
Because I still had a few years left on the lease or on the franchise agreement. I had a longer lease than I had the franchise agreement because I wasn't planning on leaving it.
Right.
But anyways, the then they like in the letter they're like, oh, but since you're gonna be staying on as employee, we'll waive the fee as like trying to be nice. I'm like, you're leaving me with nothing. I invested my money in this place. You gave me a store with 30,000 in inventory. I have over 200,000 in inventory, and my sales are higher than this store has ever, like all the sales this store has ever made in the past 10 years.
Yeah,
So
and
what?
that's funny too because the 70,000. So they were like, "Hey, here's the $70,000 in fees, or you can just walk away and we'll wipe it clean." Is that what they're doing?
No, they say like you can stay on an employee and then we'll wipe it clean because you're such a good guy or whatever.
But if you fought it, then they're going to push hard on it, right?
Have no idea because I didn't really fight it. Like I was like, I contacted lawyers, and at the time I had some money put away,
Right.
and then they were like, "Hey, play ball, be nice, like stick around, don't do anything drastic." And I'm like, "Okay, gotcha. Like I'm gonna stay, and $19 an hour is nothing, but like if this all works out, I'll get the money that I was supposed to get,
Right.
right?" And then I run out of money, and they were like, "Well, we can't represent you if you don't have any money." I'm like, "But all these months that we worked on, which I understand, like lawyers have to be sharks. Like it's money's the only language they understand,
Yeah.
right? Like it doesn't matter if you're like Saint Mary, you're gonna they want that coin." But I get a hold of Ammon, and I'm like, "Hey, what's the deal? How come we haven't negotiated any talks about like how much I'm gonna get?" Because I was still a little confused. I'm like, I don't agree with the $70,000 fine because even with all the stuff I owe them, I'm like, this is like royalties and the remainder of the payments. I'm like, I would still get like a nice sum of money, like 120 grand plus,
Right.
right? And that's like only for inventory, and not they didn't. I didn't even count all the inventory. Like I didn't go like brick by brick on the bulk and stuff like that. It was like there's a when you get into the Lego world, there's like pieces that are like $100, and then 10 a piece that's like $80, and it's like this big.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like if you go on Bricklink, you could find all the crazy items and what they're going for. But I didn't count like all those high end items because I was like, hey, they're doing me a solid. They're like, we're gonna like it was dumb of me. Like I could fully admit that I was a full blown retard.
Retroactively now, like that we know that Eamon and Matt and all them and Josh and Brandon are all like, it seems to be that they're
dude. Like I thought
all that crazy shit.
Like how this is the thing. Like I thought they were like salt of the earth kind of people. We played Halo together.
Yeah.
That's not a bond you like just throw away.
Yeah,
You feel me?
for real.
That's Halo.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn. Like when I talked to Ammon on the phone, he just pretty much said like, you ruined our relationship with the mall. I'm like, you guys ruined that. You guys had a BS contract and they didn't give a damn about you guys. I was the one that was like fighting for it, especially with the new owners. Like you guys never reached out to the new owners. You know nothing. It's like, oh yeah, and like you didn't make the money that you should have. I'm like, there's no other store that made 80 grand in a month. I don't know from what I knew. I'm like, and even if they did, like I'm at least at like top 10.
Yeah.
Like it was weird to me because I even got a letter from when I did those sales. I got a letter from corporate like, congratulations, you increased this percentage or whatever. Like it's awesome, like the growth that we see at that store, blah blah blah. And I was like, oh cool, like they're seeing it, they're involved. But he said like a lot of things that like there's no monetary value that can be exchanged because like if you're not happy, you could just part ways. But that's that. Like there's nothing else I can say. And
It
I'm like,
sounds to me like they wanted to, like your store was doing so well, you brought in so much inventory, and they wanted that inventory without having you involved. So they just take it over and they get to keep all the.
yeah.
That sounds
So
like to me what they wanted to do.
so eventually, like, so during that time, I was really confused on how they were building up because they destroyed the store.
Right.
They like wanted to make a party room. They remodeled the entire place, and I'm like, hey, our clientele is a little different. There's a lot of families around here, but not a lot of them are booking like party days. Like we tried that for a year, and we got zero bookings.
Right.
Like, and we got like heavy collectors. Like there's dudes that would walk in and just drop like 6 grand in a day.
Damn.
Yeah, just boom, here you go. I want this entire wall or all that right there, all those minifigs. And I was like, dude, that's awesome. Like those are my favorite customers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, and then we had like a lot of conventions that was close because it was the Tampa area, like some of the biggest like Lego conventions, and everybody would come in and sell us their stuff, like the stuff they couldn't sell, and they were okay taking a loss because I'm like, hey, I need a profit too. Like this isn't, you're not selling it to a collector. I'm a business.
Right.
You know. But so we were able to fill up the location without using any vendors. The only vendors we used was Tricked Out Bricks, and they're a solid company, as far as I know.
Right.
I thought a lot of companies were solid, but it turns out to be a different story.
A lot of these vendors have actually parted ways with Bricks and Minifigs as well.
Well, they got like 200 vendors. They got a whole lot of different vendors, man. So I think maybe some of the smaller vendors that are growing. I did not look into which vendors it was that parted ways. But I think it's also a temporary part. Like until this all blows over, we'll come back and we can renegotiate the contract type deal.
Yeah.
Because that's what I've seen with companies like backing out of being a vendor and then coming back in.
Do you? This is unrelated. This question is unrelated, but kind of. But do you think Lego should say anything, or is the best option to stay quiet?
I think they shouldn't. Like they can say something as in like we hate the situation and not take a side.
Yeah.
Be like we're here to have fun, to be creative, and we want people to keep buying Legos. I don't think the Lego. I haven't looked at the numbers in Lego sales, but I don't think they dropped. I think just people stopped shopping at Bricks and Minifigs as much.
Oh, for sure.
You know, so I think Lego is not really worried about this situation. They might be, I don't know, but I don't really think they are. They're necessarily have to involve themselves. Like I'm speaking out because I dealt with all these guys.
Right.
Yeah, and they screwed me over super hard because it gets worse. The story gets worse.
Yeah, I was listening to it the other night, and I was like, "This is terrible."
Yeah, man. Like, oh, you have no idea. Like, the only thing that was relieving my stress, like right now, I've like really lost a ton of weight. But I was prepping for a jiu-jitsu tournament at the time, like right before me and Ammon got on the phone call, and I was trying to cut weight to fight at 180 to do a jiu-jitsu tournament at 180.
Right.
And I was so stressed out that my body got down to like 163.
Damn.
And I had
That'll
to
happen, dude. Yeah.
And I had to fight at a lower weight class. And I was like, damn, that sucks.
How did you do though?
Oh, I got second place.
Well,
I had 4 fights. Yeah. The last fight ended in like a minute, choked me out hard. I made every single mistake you could make.
Yeah.
But it was awesome. Like it was one of the best experiences I've had, and hopefully I'll get back into actually going to tournaments again.
Right.
Because like I just did a tournament class yesterday and I got my butt whooped, man. Like I got armbarred, I got freaking Kimura, I got choked out. Like my entire back is sore, my neck is sore. I'm dying here.
That would be me. Yeah, I would be dead.
Yeah. But you should do it, man. Jiu-jitsu is fun. But yeah, like so after the phone call with Ammon, I'm trying to figure out a game plan of what to do. Right? Meanwhile, my employees, they would hit me up and be like, "Hey man, every time you leave the store and Brandon is here, he's talking crap on you." He like would tell the employee like, "You're like my favorite employee. Like, what's up with Gabe? He sucks at his job. Like, I can't believe you stuck around this long." Stuff like that.
So he's
And
just
I'm like, really?
He's just
Oh yeah. And then the other employee would tell me that like, "Oh, he said I was his favorite."
yeah.
Stuff like that. And then Carl calls me into the office one day and he's like, "Hey man, like I have to be loyal to Josh and Brandon because they're the ones that hired me. They're my bosses, right?" I'm
Right.
like, "Yeah, that makes sense." But he's like, "I don't know if I was supposed to see this, but I saw they sent me the transcript of your conversation over the phone with Matt and Josh and Brandon." And I'm like, "What'd you think, man?" He's like, "This is brutal. This is I've never seen somebody be treated this way." And
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, um,
And what was
thanks,
that phone
man."
call like? Like, so you had a phone call with Josh, Brandon, which is one of the guys from the body cam footage, the bald guy,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then Eamon and Matt. So what was that
So
conversation like?
so first, Josh is very aggressive, and Brandon's the woman in the relationship.
Right.
He's just yeah, like he'll flip whichever way the wind's blowing, man. And Josh, like, he just laid it out, like pretty much in the nicest ways possible. He's like, "You suck. This is what we're gonna do. Your store sucks. Everything you did, like, we're gonna make it better because you don't know what you're doing."
Right.
And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Like my numbers, like even though they weren't like the highest of in terms of sales, but in terms of percentage from increase, were the highest.
Right.
And I'm like, and this is without like heavy marketing.
Yeah.
So yeah. But then in the middle of all this, I'm still trying to make a game plan, and then some things were fishy. Like there were times where we'd come in and Carl would be like, "Hey guys, I just got a phone call from Brandon and Josh, and we have to send like they would pick the best, most expensive items in our store, and sometimes even take the money out the register, and we had to put it into their account and send it to Eugene, Oregon, to their store." And I'm like, "Well, doesn't that freaking hurt our store? Because
That
these
just
are
sounds
high
like
end
they're
items."
stealing. Yeah. That just
Yeah,
sounds like they're stealing.
yeah, yeah. I'm like, "What?" Like, and at the time, I thought like this is their store. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So like, oh, maybe this product sells better in their location, like immediately, whatever. Things like the Disney cancel or the UCS freaking I can't even think, but it was one of the Star Wars ships with Captain Rex,
Right.
the Venator. But yeah, so and it was like a lot of product, and it didn't make sense because the cost of shipping was almost the amount of what these products went for retail. But the difference between my location and many other locations, because I did not like, I thought it was dishonest price gouging everything.
Right.
Because if you're trying to survive off 7% profit, you're gonna die in like a month,
Yeah.
right? And so they would say like the standard from corporate was like, "Oh yeah, you increase it by like 15%, 20%. So, whatever, like a $50 item would be like 55, $60."
Right.
And then we like had a Barnes and Noble like right down the street. I'm like, yeah, people are gonna start going there and not come here.
Exactly. Yeah.
So then I'm like, well, we got to find a way to get product in here and get right profitability and always match Lego.com, which we did unless they had a sale, because it's like I can't compete with their sales. They just mark it off 50, 40% when it's Christmas time.
Yeah.
But so we would send product, and then Josh came by the store one day and he was like trying to move things around. The guy, I said like in Echo Based Network stream, he came in and yelled "Waka Waka,"
Yeah.
like super loud. Customers are in there. I'm like, who the freak is this guy? This guy also believes Elvis is still alive, by the way.
He seems so. This
Yeah.
is the guy that was in the body cam footage.
Oh yeah,
So this guy,
Yeah.
there is something really off about this dude.
yeah.
Billy says with a $20 super chat, says, sounds like they just want to take everything from you, make up BS excuses, and keep all the inventory for themselves. But they do this quite a lot. Hope more vendors move away from the company. Thank you, Billy. I appreciate you, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah, it sounds. Yeah, it seems like. I mean, I've heard multiple stories now of these weird hostile takeovers. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
which some fair.
Yeah.
Like that's what like it's kind of like people like to paint a brush of like these people have always been bad. Like everybody was a baby at one point.
Right.
So I don't know where the transition was to being a total piece of garbage, but they at one point they were all in Lego. They bought the company and they were trying to build it up. Like nobody, at least in my mind, nobody sets out to build a company to destroy it publicly.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Josh might be evil since birth. I don't know. He's a freak. You know, like he he wouldn't listen to anybody's ideas, not even Brandon's. Like his way was the best way, and like Carl would tell me like I talked about like the decompression zone. I don't know if at GameStop you had that training where like the entrance needs to be a certain way because it's the decompression zone. It's the way like people come from traffic and coming out of their house, they're all pissed off, and when they come in there, they need to decompress and then have an experience in the store.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
We basically did like caveman marketing. You know, we would have
yeah,
all the extremely popular items that were like had the that was people were buying the most of, and we put it at the back of the store. And then we let everything into that. So everybody had to, they basically, the idea was customers had to walk past all the other stuff before they got to the actual stuff they're going to buy. That's all we ever did.
Lego has a really good study where like they put really expensive items where your mind goes like, oh, this is way too expensive, then really cheap items.
Yeah.
Because most people are right-handed, so almost everybody that goes into a Lego store, they go to the right.
Yeah.
And then they get to really expensive items. So when they get to the cheap items, they're like, oh, actually, this is not too bad. This is pretty affordable, even though it is still expensive. It's a $20 item for like a box this big. And then they get to like the high-end, like collector stuff. And so then the rest of the experience, like everything is cheap.
Right.
You know, they are very psychologically in tune on how to create a store.
Right.
But like everything that Carl would point out, like, hey, Gabriel knows this stuff, and he would just be like, oh, Gabriel's lying. It's all BS. Like he's doing all this stuff. Like he's just a liar.
Right.
I'm like, what are you talking about, man? We've had like conversations about business only. Like I don't know you. You don't know my life. Like what are we doing?
Yeah, he's just trash talking you.
Yeah, just trash talking me to everybody. But the good thing is, I've always been very transparent and very honest in my dealings. At least I think I am. And so I'm still like kind of war gaming in my head. Like, how am I gonna do this? So I'm kind of taking pictures. I'm kind of just letting the employees know. I'm like, hey, if there's anything you want to tell me, like I'm an open book. There's no worries. I'm never gonna rat you guys out. And we all became very good friends. Which we still like. One of the old employees is a good friend of mine now. He just bought me the Animal Man comic not too long ago because it was my birthday last week. So,
yeah. Do you at least play Halo with him too?
I do.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, yeah. But got to be careful. Like me and Matt and Ammon, we played Halo Infinite, so that garbage game.
Oh.
But I play Halo 2 with the other guys.
Oh, it was poison from the start. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. So it's getting towards May, and everybody's checked out, including Carl. Like he's making deals with like this like Catholic church or Protestant church of like bringing the primary kids and like closing down the store just for them so they could build whatever they want and maybe leave with a free minifig or stuff like that. He's trying to set things up so that we could get party rooms. Like he's doing the guerrilla marketing, but they won't give him any budget. They said no to every single one of his ideas. I'm like, you hired him because of his ideas.
Yep.
And by January, they stopped posting on social media. There was zero marketing. The only thing they ever did was opened up a new Instagram account and said that it's going to be a giveaway for a UCS Star Wars set. It was the new Jabba's Barge, which they put out those raffles, but they never gave it away because they shut down the location. Yeah, shocking, right? So I'm like, none of this is making sense. We had days where like literally no customers came in. Even when I was just putting one post a day on social media or in the story on Instagram, people would come in, and we'd had good sales. Like I would contact schools, I would contact people I knew. We had like a whole email list thing going. They stopped answering people's emails. Our store was getting emptier and emptier, but we had like a lot of product. And so by the time May comes around, I get a phone call. I think it was around May 13th. Or May 15th, something like that. I don't know. I don't know the exact date, but it was in May. And Carl calls me like 6, 7 a.m. I'm like, hey, what's going on? He's like, hey, don't go to the store. There's like 3 guys in there. They're shutting down the location. They got a U-Haul, and they're just throwing everything in there.
So they brought the U-Haul.
They brought the U-Haul, man. This was not Josh and Brandon. Oh, a month, like a few weeks back before the shutdown, Josh and Brandon let us know that they were never the owners for that location. It was always corporate. And we're like, what? So then we all had to change our payroll for corporate payroll.
Yeah.
Because apparently, from what I heard, is like Matt and Ammon went to Josh and Brandon like, all right, man, it's time to sign the contract and pay up for the Lutz, Florida location. And they're like, actually, after they damaged it for 6 months straight, they were like, actually, nah, like, it's not as profitable. Like, we don't like the employees there, whatever. I'm like, you literally handpicked the guy. What are you talking about? So then we went back to like corporate for like a week or two. And so there's three guys from corporate, but I guess Josh and Brandon were still somehow involved. And like their last day as our boss, they had to ship out a bunch of Legos to their location in Eugene and emptied out the safe. So I'm like, okay, well now we have no money for trades because I don't do consignment or layaway or anything like that. I was like, it's either hard cash or store credit. And usually the only reason we gave store credit was if we didn't have a product somebody wanted. And so then if we got store credit, I would actively go look for it, bring it to the store, give them a call, or sometimes even deliver it at their house.
Right.
You know, and then if I deliver it at their house, I would call the store and be like, hey, can you check how much they had in their account? And then they would just tell me. And like it always had to, if I was going to drive out, it had to equal out the right amount after taxes.
Right.
You know, so then it just gave it to them.
So you know what this sounds like to me? This sounds like, so going back to the Coffeezilla video for a second, there's this picture that was basically released where there's a U-Haul right outside the store, right? During this like weird hostile takeover.
Yeah, what was the date on that? Like it was the same day they took it over, right?
Yeah, and that's or I think it was. And you're telling me that's the same thing that kind of happened when they told you to not come to the store because there was a U-Haul there, right?
Well, like I guess in my situation, it made sense because it was already their spot, and they're shutting it down.
Would you think that, like, it's possible that if people had something on consignment or a bunch of their stuff at the store, that it could be lost in translation when they're throwing all this stuff in the U-Haul, or someone like Josh and Brandon are scooping up some stuff and slicing it off the top? That's what it seems like to me.
Yeah, it's 100% possible. Like these guys are scum. I wouldn't put anything past them. Like I was worried when it was shut down. I was worried for the customers. I'm like, we get like over at my location like over 8,000 customers a year. Right. And we get a lot of customers, and a lot of them had store credit. We had people that like we would give them store credit, and they just want to hang out at the store, so they would like build sets for us or clean some sets, and I would just give them more store credit because I'm like, hey, you did this, like you're not an employee, but I could give you some store credit to help you for your next purchase, no problem. And now they're all just screwed. Like one of my customers contacted me while they were destroying the store, and she's like, they're just grabbing like built like really expensive sets, like $1,000 sets, like ATOT, some bricker builds, like full blown Pokemon, and just throwing it in a bin, like just chucking it into the U-Haul.
Oof.
I'm like, what? Like that's money.
Yeah,
and that's a lot of labor if you're gonna destroy sets and then rebuild it up to sell it.
Yeah, and that shows they definitely don't respect the thing they sell, their custom items or any of those things. They're just throwing it all away.
So let me tell you how it gets worse.
Oh God.
Yeah. So they close the store. I can't get a hold of anybody in corporate. I just go to the store. I talk to them, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, we're not gonna take this TV or this couch." And I was like, "All right, I'll take those." And so I thought they were gonna take everything, clean it up, whatever. And I'm like, "All right, I gotta go get a job." 2 weeks after my third kid was born, I get a phone call from the property manager, and they go like, "Hey, you missed rent." And I'm like, "What are you talking about? I haven't owned this place in over 7 months." So they never contacted the property manager that they were going to close. They never contacted any employee, like any customers that they were going to close. They didn't put anything out on social media that they're relocating or closing. So I was like, in my mind, I'm like, they're trying to shut this place down, get me out of the way, so that they could sell the territory to somebody else.
And
that wants.
they
Yeah.
told you, right? They told you they got all that stuff handled. They got a lease and all this stuff handled, right? So they told you
Yeah,
this?
for like so the whole time I was begging them to take me off the lease because I would get emails from the property manager throughout, and I'm like, guys, why is my name still on the lease? Like
Right.
the whole 6 months, I would like take my name off the lease. I don't own this place. I will put it back when I buy it back. And at the end, I was like, this is gonna be so much work to build this up. Like I'm not even sure at this point, and we have no money coming in, and they're just sending our product, the good product, to Eugene, Oregon. And all right, so I kind of like, all right, you know what? It's just part of my story. Like I don't have money. I just had a newborn baby. Start a new job at a restaurant. I don't have money to deal with this stuff, so I'm gonna bite the bullet and take this as a learning opportunity because like I can't put my family through all this again,
Right.
right? But then I get the phone call, and in that phone call, he was like, "Well, if it's closed, you still have this many years remaining on your lease, and that's like $500,000 you owe us." And I was like, "Guys, like I was like, let me send a message to the owner of the plaza. Let me talk to him." And I just laid out the entire story, and pretty much, and they're like, "Well, what kind of money you have?" And I'm like, "I don't have nothing, man. Like if you come after me, I just have to file bankruptcy, and I'm screwed. Like you'll also
Dude,
destroy my life."
my happy ass would go straight to Mexico. I would be gone. I would be in like South Korea or like Malaysia.
And my wife's from South Korea.
There you go. Yeah,
Yeah, so we could have gone, brother.
you have an
Yeah.
in. Yeah. Let me hit the super chat real quick from M. Demo. He
Yeah,
says
yeah.
Billy is gay and smells bad like a foot, like an ogre that spends most of the time in the swamp. Swamp. Ogre feet, yucky, sticky. Why are you going
Man.
after Billy in the chat? What the hell? Thank you, M. Demo. I appreciate you, brother.
Man, I actually got backlash for saying gay on Echo Base Network stream.
Well,
Like some people like subscribe, like you say gay too much and that's bigoted and whatnot. I'm like, man, that's gay.
It's gay because I love gay people. So I
Yeah.
like to say,
Like who gives a? I don't care what you do with your butthole. You go have fun.
yeah, dude.
If you're a good person, let's hang out.
There's
But I'm
a
gonna say
lot of
whatever the hell I
person.
want to say. And if it's like if we hang out, me one on one, and like I don't like this language, I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a respecting, but it's the internet, man.
Yeah, dude.
Like I grew up with Call of like Modern Warfare 2 and Halo 2. What are you talking about?
All of us did, and anyone that acts all weird about that stuff, you know that it's theater.
Oh yeah, they probably did something wrong, dude. They probably did grab some titties when they weren't supposed to. They did something bad, brother.
I was there when
They're like, you can't say that.
I was there when it was written. I was
Yeah.
there. You can't.
Don't recite the sacred text to me.
Yeah. So anyway, so you got this call from the landowners, and they said
So it eventually they were like, look, the owner of the plaza said, I can't take your side or theirs, like, which I'm guessing he meant legally.
right.
But I could tell you this: when you were the owner, we never had a problem. You paid on time. You were always straight with me. You were always honest. When I sent you an email, you replied right away.
Right.
Awesome. The other guys, I've had problems every month since they took over. So let's do this. This was the biggest blessing, man. Like I almost cried. They were like, why don't you go clean up the spot? Because I could find somebody else to what's it called? Occupy it.
Right.
Another business and consider it even. Dude, I could have. And at the time I thought he was a dick. Because like he's a shark in business. Like we've had conversations that were freaking rough. Like we had a back and forth, you know. But it was like it wasn't like hostile. It was like, no, this is bullcrap. You're supposed to pay for that. Like, nah, you have to pay for the leaks in the roof. I'm like, no, that's bull. Like, you know, this back and forth, right? And we always resolved it because we're men.
Yeah.
You know. And and then he just like showed that like freaking mercy on me, because they literally the day after their name was off, like Bricks and Minifigs' name was off personal guarantor, they shut down this place and left me with the lease. And I was like, when I had that phone call when we resolved it and I went to go clean the place up, dude, I fell on my knees and prayed, dude. And I was like, this is the best blessing other than my child.
Yeah.
So far, because he was 2 weeks old and I'm already freaking out. You know, I'm making no money. and I have a kid that's 2 weeks old and two other kids that are under the age of 5.
Yeah, I would have, dude. I would have went to that store. I would have cleaned it so good. I would have kissed that dude on the
Oh,
lips.
brother. So when I went to that store, so this is where like it by the way gets worse.
Yeah,
So this is when I get to the store, there's like Panda Express out. There's like mold on the wall. There's people's credit card information out, like trade sheets and stuff because we also did it by paper
yeah.
and we always kept it in a file in the back and it was just out. There was still Lego in the store, like product, and they just trashed the place. And so I filmed it all. All my employees came to help clean the place up, and even customers came to help clean the place up. And I just gave them like a lot of the Lego that was there. I'm like, here you go. This is I don't have money, but I know you guys love Lego, so
Yeah,
take all this.
it sounded like you had a
know.
good community.
Oh, dude, of the best, man. We had some psychopaths, but most
Yeah.
of all, like pretty awesome community.
Right. Yeah. Hell yeah.
So we clean it up. I think I spent like 21, 22 hours cleaning up the place.
Damn.
Like I left there at like 4 or 5 a.m., I think. And I spotless, fabuloso and everything, man. It just smelled pristine. But it was a freaking sad day. So then I took pictures, kept all the evidence, whatnot. And then I contact a friend of mine who knows some big boy lawyers. And he's like, hey, these guys, like, they're sharks. They're nice guys, but they're really sharks. They will help you out. Cool. So I'm working with them for some months. But I explained to him, I don't got money. Like, can we make some deal where it's like 50-50? Which is what I tried to do last time when they said, like, we can't represent you no more. And then they were like, actually, what we can do is we could have talks, build this up, phone calls. And then when you get money, we will we'll bill you and then sign a contract where we represent you, all that stuff. Great.
So you were trying to bring a lawsuit forward towards.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, dude, I was like, you guys try to put me 500,000 in your own debt to me, to someone who, like, I'm nothing to you. Obviously, yeah. I'm a little guy. And I did everything in good faith. Like, I know I could have filed bankruptcy, liquidated the entire store, and been like, you know what? Forget about marketing. Forget about bringing on an investor. I'm just going to take all this money. And even with the bankruptcy, I would have had a ton of money. So I'll be good.
Right.
But I'm like, no, I'm going to deliver you guys a perfect store because of everything we've been through together. You guys are, Matt and Hammond, you're like the best. I love you guys. But obviously, wolf in sheep's clothing.
And you haven't talked to them since then?
I've talked to them last week.
Okay, well, tell me about it. What'd they say?
So Matt was the one that called me, and he was like, I consider you a friend, so don't get involved. I'm like, it's crazy how you treat your friends, because I wouldn't put my friends in 500 grand debt. And then I explained to him the situation, because he was like, I don't know if he acted. I believe he acted, but he was like, I had no idea this happened. Tell me about it. And he was like, I was like, it's even worse. If it's true that you didn't know, it's even worse.
Yeah.
Because that means the owner doesn't even know what's going on at your own corporate location.
Well, that's their go-to excuse. That's what they've said.
Yeah, and I'm willing to bet that Brandon and Josh, they did hide things from corporate, because I think they're way more dishonest than anybody involved in this case.
Right. Well, that's probably why they made that PR statement saying that they were no longer working with them. Although,
so in that phone call, I said to him, I'm like, do yourself a favor. Like, I don't like you guys no more, but do yourself a favor. Get rid of Josh and Brandon, because this whole thing starts with them.
Right.
All of it. And then, like, the next day they call me, and it's before they put it out, and he was like, just wanted to let you know we parted ways. And I'm like, with Josh and Brandon. And I'm like, okay. And, he's like, is there anything we could do to, like, and I was like kind of taken aback. I'm like, I hung up the phone, and then I call him right back. I'm like, why the freak are you calling me? Like, what was the point of that phone call? And then he's like, oh, I just thought you would like to know. And then I'm like,
it's like, I would like.
All right, I guess that's a step forward. And then he was like, is there anything that we could do? I'm like, you want to send me a check for 500 grand?
Yeah.
And then he's like, yeah, I wish I could, And I'm like, I knew he was not going to send a check. Like, I'm not looking for a handout. Like, I am owed what I'm owed, but I'm not, like, going to be begging on the street for it,
Well, it seems like they haven't even done that once. That's never even, it's almost like it's not been considered in this whole, Because what has this been? 2 years, right? This is 20.
2 years, yeah, 2024. Like I think it was what the November of 2024 or 2023? No, 2022, right?
It was no, I think it was November of 2023.
2023, yeah,
I
yeah.
think. And the fact of the matter is, like, this could have all been fixed. And it seems like there's a track record, after talking to you and seeing other people's stories, it seems like there's a track record where they just hostile takeover, pretend like they don't know anything, and then they refuse to pay out all these people that they've wronged, and then they hide behind lawyers.
Yeah.
That's
Well, like,
what it seems like
so here's the other problem. You want to read that?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Billy says you can say the CEO has always felt it in a terrible person. I wonder if he was bad when he was a kid. I don't know, Billy.
I don't think so. I think people change, and it sucks to see good people change for the bad.
Oh, yeah. And especially when money's involved, brother.
Dude, yeah.
I have seen people.
I have a story. I know there was a particular manager not related to Bricks and Minifigs. This was when I was a kid. I won't say how I know the story, but I think I've met the person, and somebody that's very close to me told me about the story. Like, nicest manager ever, and he was always a good guy. He found out his wife was cheating on him. He had three kids, and the day he found out, he went and hacked his wife to pieces.
Oh my God. Jesus. Yeah. That's wild.
So like you don't know what's in people's heads. You don't know when they flip that switch.
Yeah.
Like, or they've had so many bad days that it just breaks them.
Yeah.
I'm not defending Matt and Ammon. It's despicable what they're doing. I just want to put that out there.
Right.
But I don't believe anybody's always been bad.
Right. Amateur says you should do jiu-jitsu, man. It's fun. I got choked out hard. Yes, amateur.
Hey, you sound like you like that, man.
Who does not? PS2 Chopper with 10 gift memberships. Love you, buddy. I appreciate you, PS2 Chopper. Maverick Cuba says, I worked at a Levi's outlet store for years. Love doing the floor set and maxing out product on the floor. Probably could have moved up, but tons of toxic backstabbing workers, theft, and drama. Well, that's corporate, baby. That's how it's all been.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, James. Appreciate you, brother. Mr. Juicy Booch and Dark Star says, Mr. Camelot, ¿qué pasa? What's up, brother? How you doing, dude? So,
¿Qué pasa, pendejo?
Yes. So you talked to Matt, and then he called and said that he had fired the other two guys.
Yeah, and I don't know why. Like, he thought that would bring me some comfort. I was like, money will bring me comfort because you guys left me to ruins.
Yeah.
Because here's the other end of it. So as I was like working with, like, talking to these lawyers, there was no monetary exchange, so I didn't work with them. I just want to put that out there.
Right.
They hit me up in November of 2025, so less than a year ago. And they were like, hey, now we represent somebody, and it's a conflict of interest in our law firm. Not saying they hired, like, Bricks and Minifigs found out and hired somebody in the law firm, and they can't represent me, but it's freaking suspicious.
Right.
You know? But they were like, we can't move forward with you. And the amount of, headaches I went through, sleepless nights, my family supporting me. My wife is the freaking best, dude. You guys got to meet her. Like, she's the best. I told her if anybody could make it on YouTube, it's her, because I taught her Portuguese when we were dating. And she speaks fluent Portuguese. I'm like, you could review K-dramas in Portuguese, in Korean, and English. You could give a perspective that people don't know about. And don't know any other Koreans that love K-dramas and speak all three languages fluently.
Yeah, I feel like women, like, what's the word? They're just so selfish because they don't understand.
Yeah,
they could come here and they could start streaming and just blow us all out of the water. And they're like, "Nah, I'm just gonna keep working as a waitress."
Yeah, sometimes like she says,
a gift.
Yeah, yep. Sometimes she'll tell me like, I can't do YouTube because something might slip out. Because she'll say every slur in the game, brother. Oh. She'll say whatever it is, but like she's like the nicest person ever. Because she's like she has a logical mind. She's like, no, like that's how you pronounce this word. Like why is anybody worried about that?
Yeah,
it's not how, like the words you say. It's how you treat people. Yep. Yeah, and I'm like, like in personal experience, getting jumped and stabbed and beat up hurts a lot worse than words. I gotta tell you.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I grew up in the '90s and I was obese, so I was getting my ass kicked daily.
Oh, you little fat boy.
Hell yeah, bro. I had to come back the other side.
Yeah.
Thick as hell. So, yeah, but every time people, they'll be like, you were a fat kid? And I was like, yes. They're like, I can't see that. And I'm like, I do every day in the mirror. I feel it.
Yeah, I can see it, man. I can see it. Don't worry. I see it.
Damn. Harley says, Eamon and Matt have always been evil. They sued their own dad to kick him out of the business. Thank you, Harley. I appreciate you.
Yeah. Again, their dad, I think, is probably worse than them. And here's what's the crazy: like, their dad never faced any legal repercussions. He just got out, and they tried to bury him, but still out and about, living life as if nothing happened.
Yep.
And they were the ones that told me, like, some people from their experience, some people never get theirs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. And now that might be another case. Like, I hope everybody who is guilty gets theirs in this trial, but we never know.
I think the PR is them getting theirs right now because everybody.
Yeah, but like I worry about Ben and Brian because if they win, he's going to jail for 20 years. And then Brian is $1.3 million in debt.
Oof.
Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter if their company gets destroyed. Like, we got to make sure that, like, good people don't go to jail and don't get fined for just trying to do the right thing. Like, he was trying to sell Lego to help his dad out.
Yeah.
You know, and then Brian was just like, yeah, maybe he did a little crazy tactics, but he's just a YouTuber that tried to help this dude out. Like, that needs to be the focus. Like, these guys are trying to help out the little guys, and the big guys are trying to ruin them. Like they could die in prison. Like people that gain $1.3 million in debt and never had that kind of money, you don't know if they'll be mentally straight after that. You know what I mean? They could, leave this plane.
Yeah, and Matt and Eamon are constantly trying to silence anyone talking about this.
Yeah, well, and right now, I'm no lawyer, but from what I understand is because Ben wasn't there to give his side of the story, everybody has to be silent. So I think Matt and Eamon also have to be silent until June 22nd. And then if Reckless Ben wins his hearing, and obviously he's still in the lawsuit, I think then he could put out in a matter of a week his part 3 video. But I don't know. I'm not. Go talk to the legal YouTubers, I guess. I have no idea the legal premises, but that's what I know. I don't know how he got the GoFundMe back, but that's a win.
Right.
Like, that's solid, But yeah, the reason I never pursued more legal matters is because it was just like, I don't know what kind of scum is able to do all this, because in my mind at this point, it's like whoever has the most money is the most dishonest is going to win in court. That's what's in my mind. I hope the little guy wins. I hope the good guys win. And I'm never going to let go of that hope, but I'm also face reality. But for me, the reason I'm speaking out is because I think I'm not directly involved with this, but I can speak on these guys' character, and especially Josh and Brandon, freaking scum.
Yeah.
I all this could have been resolved with just communication.
Yeah. It's wild too. It's wild.
And they're spending more money on lawyers than what they owe Brian.
Yeah, and it seems like, to me, it just seems hostile. It just seems like they want to destroy people because that's what. And also,
for what?
To, I guess, what they think they're gonna clear their name. I don't know. Like they want to be seen as the good guys. That's never.
It's not even just this. Like, I wasn't a part of all this. By the way, Josh and Brandon, while I was there, accused me twice of stealing from them, and I was able to prove I didn't because I'm not a thief like they are.
Yep. They also accused that Crystal girl of stealing as well.
Yeah. I don't know about Crystal. I have never met her in person, so I can't really speak too much on how she is. Brandon, when he came to me and told me he took over the Salem location, he said that she was there using Bricks and Minifigs to fund her heroin addiction, and that they had a bird that was crapping on all over the Legos, and it smelled bad, and it was just in disarray. And they rescued it, and now it was doing well at that point or something.
So Josh told you that she was on
Brandon.
Oh, Brandon told you she was on heroin.
Yeah.
What the hell, man?
Yeah.
That's just a wild ass accusation, right?
Yeah, man. Freaking A. I don't know what it is with them and heroin.
Yeah. This has come up multiple times in multiple different examples. It's always
happened. Well, they did the same thing to Ben. They said that he had heroin in his car, and then they searched him for 2 hours.
Yeah.
What the hell?
It's wild as hell. Bryce Jones says lawsuits will fuck you up. What's up, brother? How you doing, dude? Yeah, Bryce is in some in some shit as well. I got to talk to him on X about it.
Oh
But he's
shoot.
going through something as well. It's like $571,000.
Damn, man.
It's wild. Thank you, Bryce. I appreciate you, brother. Billy says they remind me of Nintendo. They waste money on stupid lawsuits over emulators and competition like Power World. They waste more money on them than making a game. Yeah, to me,
Yeah.
it just doesn't really make sense. And were you ever worried that they were going to pursue legal action for telling your story?
I was like, I still am worried. Um, but I don't think I'm brave or anything. I think Brian and Ben, Reckless Ben, everything he did, I think that was brave.
Right.
But I feel like when I see somebody get screwed over, I have a responsibility to speak up, especially if I can make a difference. And I didn't know, like, I said this on Echo Base and I've said it on my stream. Like, the Lego community in terms of social media, full of cowards.
Yeah.
Because when this happened to me, I tried reaching, like I follow you. Like I had a different account, like just a not a YouTube account like I have now, but I follow you. I follow Nerdrotic, Drinker, EFAP, Quarter Black Gear. I follow a lot of people, and like none of them were in the Lego sphere, right? So I was like, I want to keep this in the Lego sphere. I want to point this out, and nobody would take my story, or they wouldn't contact me, or some that did told me I should pay them 1,500 to do a video with them. And I'm like, dude, I in my email says I have no money. They took my money. Like, where do you think I'm gonna pull $1,500 out of?
You had YouTubers asking you for $1,500 to make a video.
Yeah, they're like, well, like, and because they were like, Bricks and Minifigs is a big company. And I'm not gonna out any of the YouTubers.
Right.
But like, it's the proof is in the pudding. All of this came out only after Reckless Ben posted a video, and I think it was only after his second video people were like, really, like the Lego community started making videos about it. Like, this situation is crazy.
Yeah.
But nobody said anything before.
Yeah.
You know what I
That's
mean?
weird. That's I've never heard. I've suspected that YouTubers would ask for money to come on a show or be featured on a show, but never to make a video. That's wild. I guess that would be an economy. That makes sense, I guess. I've never even thought of that.
Yeah, yeah.
I should be doing that. Wait a second.
I should be doing that, man.
Yeah. What the hell's my money? What the hell? I need money. No. So basically, you talked to Matt on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
He told you Josh and Brandon were gone. What was there anything else from the time you cleaned up the store and got off the lease? Like, has anything else happened since then?
Other than them, the whole lawyers can't represent me thing. Like, I got customers calling me. Like, I still see customers to this day that don't know about the situation, or didn't know it was closed. But nothing in terms. I had some people that tried to contact me that I knew were scumbags.
Yeah.
Because like Matt and Ammon did do hostile takeover over stores that really were doing terrible things, like committing fraud and everything.
Yeah.
They did. So like, it might not be like their hostile takeovers. They might have done them often, but there are ones that was well deserved for sure.
Right.
But they were like, let me tell you my story about these scumbags. I'm like, dude, I know your story. I know from like hundreds of people your story because you did some bull crap. And I just like left it at that.
Right. And so what was your reaction when all this started to break? Because you probably were like, holy shit, this has all happened to me, kind of.
It was like, oh, like that makes sense. At this point, I was like, yeah, these guys are scum. They're pathetic bastards. And then Reckless Ben was like, if you guys have any information, I think after the first video, like, email me. I emailed him right away. I'm like, yo, be careful with Josh and Brandon. They did all this to me. They are douchebags. They're the worst. And corporate never like did anything. They left me $500,000 in debt, all this stuff. And then we had a call, and I didn't think anything of it. Nobody contacted me after that. I have a YouTube channel, as you guys know, The Last Relic.
Yep.
And I always just talked about pop culture or cars or whatever the hell I want to talk about, and stories and stuff. And so then Echo Base put out a video, and I just like commented that I used to own a place, and these guys like did the same thing to me, like similar. And he reached out like, do you want to come on? I'm like, dude, yeah. And ever since then, it's been quite a good ride. Like people subscribed, and I thank everybody for the subscription. I hope I can make good content for the future because I ain't making no money. Like I do it when I can.
Well,
you
I
know.
mean, everybody, please in the chat. I know we still have a while to go here, but everybody in the chat, please follow the Last Relic.
Only if you like it. Like if you don't like my content, totally get it. But if you like it, follow, and then let me know how it could be better.
Even if you don't like it, you follow in super chat. Really, come on, dude. No,
Thank you, man.
But yeah, at any rate, dude, it must be really surreal to see all of this blow up, and then to see Eamon's goofy ass face with his goofy ass mustache.
Yeah, and he lost weight. Like he used to be hella fat, just like you.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh hell, well that's good. It was probably stress. Let's be honest.
Probably. Well, I don't know his evil pirate mustache. Maybe turn him into an evil person because that thing looks ridiculous.
So there's this video. I wanted to pull up to let you check out, and this was from. And you've probably seen it already because it came out today, but it was from Coffeezilla's video, and this is the interesting part of the video where Eamon claims he had never seen a list, and then Coffeezilla pulls up the list, and Eamon's like, "I've never seen this before in my life." And I'm like, you own this company, right? This is like the biggest story.
Well, that was a lot of stuff that they said to me. Like, I didn't know this happened just last week. I'm like, how the freak do you not know?
Yeah.
This was a corporate location that I bought, and then you bought, and then you screwed me over. Like, how did the freak do you not know about any of this stuff?
Yeah, and I think that's just them basically feigning ignorance. So they're like not at fault, right? So they always have this plausible deniability.
Yeah, and like the thing is, like Matt, he tried to talk to me like a friend, so I could kind of commend him for that. But like, what they did was so terrible that I don't believe he was being genuine. You know what I mean? Like he stopped recording, we had a conversation, but I just can't believe he's like with everything they did to me and they're doing to Brian and Ben. Like I can't believe that he was being genuine at all. Like I hope bad people will someday become good again.
Yeah,
but like it's not gonna be through me, man. You're not gonna fool me twice.
Yeah, and the most interesting part about this is the fact that it's like we don't know anything. It's like, but you guys are putting lawsuits out there. How do you not know these things if you're actively suing people over these things?
And what I was worried was that the court would believe Matt and Ammon's story about the bomb threats and stuff like that because, and this is from my own thinking, it's because like, I don't know, there was like a whole AI ordeal like some months back or maybe a year back. Like you saw Nerdrotic, they would like take his voice and make reviews of other videos. You saw Critical Drinker. So like Reckless Ben outed a lot of people, Scientology, everything, So maybe somebody, and this is just speculation, somebody out there doctored his voice into a phone call and called these people, and they believe it's Reckless Ben. And now the courts might believe it because it doesn't make sense to me. Like Reckless Ben has put out all this evidence, and they claim this stuff, but they never put out a phone call, a video, nothing.
Yeah,
like to let us know that, like Reckless Ben isn't a good person. It's like if he really isn't, show us the evidence because your guys' company is ruined right now.
Well, that's their entire goal. Eamon and Matt and all these people involved, their entire goal, especially Josh, if you looked at body cam footage, is character assassination. I mean, you had Eamon on body cam on speakerphone claiming that Ben had threatened to kill all these people, vandalized all these things, passing, trying to break into people's houses, and I'm like, I don't think any of this is true.
Nope.
It was just baseless accusations. And for some reason, I guess the police adhered to it and they got arrested. And there was a warrant. Apparently, they busted in and arrested everybody.
Yeah.
Which was the most interesting thing. And of course, I know you touched on this a little bit when you were on the other show, Echo. But there's this like conspiracy going around, and you denied this. There was a conspiracy going around about this weird like Mormon thing. I don't know anything about that, but MA says, did you cover how Josh and Eamon went on Mormon missions together in Louisiana? Well,
yeah.
I'm thinking
that's when they were like 18, 20, so like it's irrelevant to
they've known each other their whole life, I guess, right?
Yeah. Josh and Brandon were mission companions.
Right.
So like just because they knew each other back then, I don't think they were scum back then.
Right.
Like they were going on a mission is a great thing, helping people out, strengthening their relationship with Jesus Christ. Awesome. They're not doing any business.
Right.
At that time. And then whatever they decide to do later,
Well, Well, they
Yeah.
they when they got into the business, they started
Oh
going
yeah,
for some reason. I don't really understand what that was about, but yeah, there was these weird accusations where the cops were Mormon and all these people were Mormon, and there's some kind like everything that's happening is like this Mormon mafia thing, and I'm like, I don't
yeah.
know anything about that because I mean, I did go
Uh-huh.
to a Latter-day Saints church when I was younger for a
Mhm.
very short period of time, and I enjoyed it, but I was like a kid, so it all
Yeah,
seemed
yeah.
like the same to me every time I went to a different church. But I did have these guys, the missionaries that came over to my house, and they were the coolest dudes in the world. I have a little name
Yeah.
tag. It says Elder Wells on it, and I
Sick.
still have
Yeah,
it hanging up. It's either back here or it's in
yeah.
my living room. And
Uh,
because he was the nicest dude on the planet, and I'm like, I wish I could talk to that guy. It's been 30 years, but I
you
wish I
might
could
find
talk.
him in Facebook.
Yeah, I think I've looked. He would look. I
Yeah.
wouldn't even know what he'd look like now. He was so young. You
Yeah,
know.
my mission plaque. I served a LDS mission, and I did it in Mandarin
Yeah.
and
Well,
in
damn.
Boston. Yeah,
You
it's fun
speak
times.
Mandarin?
Very little.
Uh,
Like my Mandarin sucks. I could still read pinyin, could still carry on certain religious conversations, but I need to get better. Like my how I met my wife was a friend of mine from Hong Kong. She came down to visit and then introduced me to my wife, and she was cooking, and I was like, "This is some good damn food," you know.
hell yeah, dude.
And she's from South Korea, but my shame is that I never learned Korean. So because I've just been lazy. That's
Yeah.
just it. But yeah, I know very little Mandarin.
Hell, I can barely speak damn English. Let's pull this
Hmm.
video up real quick.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, sorry, but did I answer your question? What was your question about denying what?
Oh, so basically, if there's any legitimacy to this weird this mafia, this
I don't think so because not everybody that goes to BYU is LDS. Actually, I don't think even 50% is.
right?
Like it's a really nice school. Like it's up there. Like I was in Boston and I knew one of the summer deans of Harvard and one of the professors, and they love people from BYU because if you do your undergrad at BYU and adhere to the rules like, no shorts, no sandals, cut your hair short for men, no cleavage for women, all that stuff, which for 18 and to 30-year-olds, that's like super hard to do because everybody's like, I want freedom, blah, 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 all that
Yeah,
stuff, right?
exactly.
It's like, yeah, but if you want to go here, these are the rules. So they could adhere to those rules, even at that lower grades. They really like applications from BYU. But like, just because people might have met through the church and stuff doesn't mean the heads of the church are like, I'm investing in Bricks and Minifigs and
Yeah, yeah.
and we're gonna take the church money and do all this stuff. Like, no, I don't think. I think the only connection is that some might be Mormon, some aren't, and the American Fork Police Department is filled with retards. I think that's pretty much it.
Right.
Yeah, I think a lot of people who probably had bad experiences because like you're always gonna have bad experiences with people. Like I always say, like any church, it's supposed to be a hospital and everybody in there is sick. So you're not gonna find the best people at church. You're gonna find people who
Right.
want to get better.
Yeah.
So a lot of people have had very bad experiences in multiple religions, but I think those who had bad experiences with the Mormon religion really attached to that. And same with like the people who attached to their anger and started harassing Bricks and Minifig store owners that didn't deserve it,
Yeah.
that had nothing to do with it. I think sometimes we all get like heated and that's that.
Do you think that it's possible that Amond and or Josh or any of these people could have leveraged that kind of, unity that they had with these other people, or that, to
I think so. Like it's like having a relationship. Like, hey,
yeah,
we go to church every Sunday. We we've been to barbecues together. We're friends. Like, I really need your help because you know who I am, kind of thing. Like it's easier to manipulate somebody you know than somebody you don't.
yeah, exactly.
So I think it's not to any level of like leadership and church stuff, but it's like it could be from like these experiences that you might have had together and you build a friendship or some sort of relationship and you leverage that.
Yeah, that makes
You
sense. I
know?
mean, that would seem normal to me, right? So if I knew
Yeah.
a cop, if I got pulled over and I knew a cop and I was like, bro, hey, it's you. Can I
Yeah.
buy you a ticket?
Yeah. You do that, like you get pulled over and the guy's like, bro, my bad. It's like, all right, don't do it again.
Bro, you best believe if I went to like a Baptist church and I got pulled over and this guy's like, I'd be like, hey, church Sunday, man, what's up? It was good. Anyways, what's up? Can I leave?
My bad. That was on
I
me.
love Jesus.
That was on me. Yeah.
Bryce says, Mormon born and raised in Utah. It's true. Thank you, Bryce. Appreciate you. Maverick Cuba says, anyone ever give you a pink belly, Cody? I don't know what that is, but it sounds like somebody slapped my belly.
Sounds gross.
Sounds kind of sexy, but gross at the same time.
Ooh.
Crypt the Crypt Keeper says, it's wild that Aemon looks like a caricature of Satan and behaves accordingly. In fact, the other two also look like cartoon villains. Maybe they want to dress like the jobs they wanted. Crypt Keeper, thank you, brother. I appreciate you. They certainly do look more evil the more that news comes out. I think it just our minds morph them into evil shapes because they're being evil.
Yeah, but look how clever Brandon is. Like the way he carries himself. Like nobody really talks about Brandon. Yeah, like they say in passing, like, oh, he went to the store, but Josh and Ammon and Matt, and it's like, dude, all four need equal attention.
Yeah,
but and Josh is just like I've heard stories. I can't confirm because I wasn't there, but I've heard multiple stories of people who know him, and none of them are really that good.
Yeah,
he's not even. Yeah,
he's bald.
Hey, my dad's bald. What you mean by that?
But yeah, my dad. Yeah, your dad's old. I'm just saying, like, I don't know.
My mom, like, there was a time I think X-Men was playing in theaters, and then like all these other ones that had like a bald guy in it, and she was like, we're not watching any of these movies, we're watching like this movie, and there was like no bald guys, and my dad just looked at my mom like, huh, what are you trying to say? We're not gonna watch any movies with bald people in it.
Yeah, I don't know. I got lucky. Like my dad has a fuller head of hair than me.
Yeah.
And it's not even gray. And I'm like, how is this possible? You're like 60.
Dude, because of all this, I've lost a ton of hair. Like the way I comb it, like it kind of hides it, but I have like little entries, and it's weird because it's like it's not genetic. It just fell out because of the stress. But the best thing to come out of this for me was I got a lot of people saying that I look like Clark Kent. So I was like, hell yeah. That's a compliment.
It's kind of true, actually. It's kind of true.
Thank you.
Quiet Fang says Josh was part his stakes in High Council, but according to some Mormon and ex-Mormon channels, he's been removed from the council. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, so High Council is just like, so there's the wards, and then there's the stake, and then when you're part of the High Council, you just have a specific calling to help out like people in a certain ward. It doesn't mean like you're, the prophet and apostles and stuff like that. Like a lot of people are in the High Council.
That makes sense. Matthew Fodge says, "Hello, everyone. Unfortunately, I'm balding too. Rest in peace." We all are. Let's be honest.
You're fine, brother.
We're all screwed, man. We're screwed. Yeah, I knew the minute that I saw, like, when I hit 30 and I noticed my dad's hairline was better than mine already. I was like, oh no.
You're like, oh, my mom did something.
Oh no. Yeah, I was like, oh,
mom genetics, dude.
Damn, got me again. Anyways, that's where I got the fat from too. My dad, when I was growing up, all the way to my dad when I was like 14, my dad had abs, right? But I didn't. I had flabs, brother. It was terrible.
Dude, I have 3 kids, and that's like my number one goal is to be the ripped dad because kids are brutal. Remember my dad could beat up your dad, conversations you have for like years.
Yeah.
On the playground.
No, thank you. All right, let's pull this video up. So this was the most interesting thing from the Coffeezilla video. So just like you said when you talked to Matt on the phone about this $500,000 lease that you owed, that you were stuck with, just like he said he didn't know that, or he had never heard of that. Aemon does the exact same thing here with the itemized list of the Legos that he claims he's never seen and has been waiting to see this whole time to make Mansell whole, right? So here's this clip right here.
The problem is there's so much of a dispute on the timeline, and this is what's going to make the story so hard to tell. Is like they say you guys are unreasonable. They tried, and eventually they gave up. But they say they tried it. They were basically met with like unreasonable requests, things like that. So
verification, documentation, is that unreasonable, do you think?
Well, it just so happens.
Might be high.
Yeah.
Look at those eyes, bro.
Look at his eyeball, brother. My man he looks older than he did 2 weeks ago. My man's going
stress,
through
man. Stress will
get
get you. Because like I said, every bad guy thinks they're the good guy.
Yeah. And probably not a good idea to look like an evil villain. I don't know.
Shave the stash, man.
Yeah, just get rid of it, dude. Maverick Cuba says, I think Bricks and Mormons are connected. Sorry, just your Mormon ran a store in Florida. I wonder if you asked the owners of the other locations if they were Mormon, would they be Mormon? Is that so? Is your question, Mavic Cuba, that like a lot of Bricks and
No.
Minifigs coincidentally just have Mormon owners?
No, so Bricks and Minifigs started in Oregon.
Right.
Very liberal. Then Matt and Ammon, they opened a franchise in Orem, Utah, and then they liked it and opened it up and then started building it out. But guarantee you, not even half, like probably not even 10% of store owners are Mormon. Like when I contacted them, I didn't know they were Mormon, and they didn't know I was Mormon.
Interesting.
I lived in Utah for like around 20 years.
Yeah.
And trust me, even if you are Mormon, like a lot of people, they were born and part of the culture, but they left.
Yeah.
But like in terms of store owners, like you could be anything. And as you can see, I forgot the name of the owners in what's it called? What's the freaking state? Oregon? Salem, Oregon. They're definitely not LDS,
Yeah.
Very, very different way of thinking.
Yeah, it's actually. Did you ever try that? Like when you were like getting hit with a lot of shit from these guys, did you ever think to like leverage the Mormonism just a little?
Because it's like, what we're taught. Why would I point out something you already know?
Right.
And I use just the truth. I'm like, this is what's going on. Like, I'm not going to try to guilt trip you into being nice to me. You should be nice to me because I didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't care what religion you are. Like, good people come from every creeds and religions and backgrounds, but bad people come from the same. So, and people change, and I just didn't get it. And I'm never going to use somebody's religion against them.
Yeah.
I might like see like, oh, because you were part of this religion and raised this way, this is where your thinking might come from. And then we could have conversations and whatnot, but I'm not going to judge anybody for being like part of some other religion. It's like, oh, all Catholics are pedophiles. Like, no, there was huge scandal, a lot of priests. Be careful. But I know a lot of good Catholics.
Yeah,
they didn't touch me, by the way. They didn't touch me. So
there you go. Just don't generalize, basically.
Yeah. It's just it sucks, but like I think it's more like an internet thing, and it'll die out eventually because it has no correlation to the case. Now, if they did leverage it, then like the church needs to be investigated if something nefarious has happened.
Right.
Because again, like even religions, like just because the people in it might have done something bad, the gospel itself isn't bad. It's that
right.
It's pretty
Exactly.
simple.
Yeah, that makes
like
a lot of sense.
You don't base your testimony off people. You base it off God.
Right.
And,
Exactly. As above, so below. That's a great movie, brother. I need to watch that shit. I'm glad your name popped up. After what was found out today, BAM is screwed as well as Legal Mind or whatever shell parent company they're under. How you doing?
Well, it's also like let's say they win or lose. Doesn't matter. After all this blows over, what's the pushback from the regular store owner?
Yeah.
Because they're losing a ton of money. And there is an NCA. Like when I signed on, it was only a year after your franchise agreement was up. So like if I wanted a year after my franchise agreement, I could have opened my own Lego store.
Right.
But how many people are going to, like, I wouldn't be surprised if everybody just band together and be like, we're leaving the Bricks and Minifigs name behind, rebranding it to everybody's individual store, and then they can't do anything about it. Like, you blew up your own company.
Yeah, and the franchise owners are the ones suffering, right?
Yeah, like some are being harassed. People don't feel comfortable supporting the brand, even though that owner is not at fault, and that's up to them. Like that's fair.
Yeah.
And these people invested, and like there was just a few that opened up like not too long ago, and now they're losing all their business plan and customer base. All their marketing is just down the trash because it's this.
God, could you imagine having bought one of these stores like
right now?
Ago?
Yeah.
God, could you imagine? Woo, that would suck.
Oh, I did, brother.
That's like buying Bitcoin at $200,000. You're like, we're going to the moon, and then that shit goes to like $2.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
The only person that I could think of is happy about this is the quartering, because all that is now nobody's talking about him for a little bit.
He did he got away from it a little.
Yeah.
Well, it won't last very long.
I didn't watch his video. I bet like he put out a Bricks and Minifigs video, and I just assumed it was like this is crazy. Watch this, and it's just gonna be Reckless Ben for the rest of the videos.
Yeah,
That's all I thought.
that's
Like,
how it
I'm not
is,
even
yeah.
gonna watch it.
Well, that's if you look at his streams. Like, I mean, 2 Mondays ago, I had like 5,000 concurrent because it was a breaking story, and he regularly pulls like 200. Like when he was on YouTube, he's at like 170. It was brutal. Billy says these guys are showing that not all Mormons are good people, but I hope Ben wins the shit show in the end and can release that third vid. Thank you, Billy. Well, yeah, I mean anybody of any denomination.
It's the same brush. Don't assume everybody's good and don't assume everybody's bad. Like I'm learning this the hard way. Like I trusted in the wrong people. That's my biggest lesson is like, because also I also think the way I was raised and also being Brazilian, we are more open and talkative and outgoing, and so we tend to trust easily, I believe.
Yeah.
And it's a hard lesson for me, man. Like I don't know. Like I'm very skeptical now. Like who's my friend? Who's doing the right thing? Like people smile at you, but that's why like I say Brandon is a wolf in sheep's clothing, because he smiled and did everything, and you thought he was your best friend. Yeah. And you couldn't tell. You couldn't tell this was a bad guy.
Yeah, I mean it's that goes. I mean, I've been through that in the last couple of years, just in random situations with racing and stuff. Like
I didn't know you raced, man.
Yeah, so I raced in NASCAR full time for a couple of years, and I'm part time now because it's just too damn expensive. But you would sign deals, and it would be like, you're good to go. We're going to be great. The car is great. We're going to have a great time. You get there, and the car basically is just broken, and then you just don't do anything. And then they're like, yeah, anyways, we're keeping your money. And you're like, whoa.
Damn.
That happens.
Yeah, I'd have to.
You have to get everything in writing, or else they'll just rob you like blind.
Damn.
And there are a few, like my team I've raced for probably the most are probably the best people, because they generally will call you and talk to you, tell you what the deal is, and that's kind of how it works out, and everything's cool, everybody's happy. But there's a lot of those organizations are rough. Maverick Cuba says, okay, cool, as long as they aren't Jehovah's Witnesses. Thank you, Maverick Cuba. All right, so
I have to invite you on. I do a show called The Daily Drive because I love cars,
right?
And it'd be great to have you on for talk about your racing history and stuff like that. Because I saw on Instagram your profile picture. I'm like, that's a racing uniform. Like I didn't know anything about this guy. I just thought he worked at GameStop. The freak.
Yeah. My life is really strange. It's a lot of.
Sounds like it was good.
It was great. It was a great time. But Eamon right here is asking for receipts. So back to this video, Eamon in the new Coffeezilla video, he is asking for receipts. For the itemized list of the Legos that basically have either been stolen or not. All the money has been paid out to the Manzels, and he's asked for the receipts right now. And what Coffeezilla does next is unbelievable. It's hilarious. Here he goes.
Well, I think they would say they provided the documentation, and you guys say you need more documentation. So I mean, that's kind of the
right. A spread, like I understand, a spreadsheet and a contract are a good start.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we never got that. Yeah. That was never sent to us at corporate, by the way.
Y'all do have the spreadsheet though, yeah?
That was shared online, but months after we asked for it.
It says it's. I'm so confused. It says I'm on the file right now. It says.
Wait. What does he mean by shared online? Like they put it out in a YouTube video but never sent it to him, or isn't this part of court documents?
Or maybe they're claiming that it could be not real because it was just shared on the internet. But as Coffeezilla posts, or as he shows right here, it's quite literally the Excel document is under Bricks and Minifigs.
Used, owned by BAM Franchising Inc. Owner Salem.or bricksandminifigs.com.
What are you looking at?
It says.
See, so this is right. It says right here, the owner of this document, and this is the Star Wars lot sold list. The owner of the document is, Salem.org. Salem.org at bricksandminifigs.com.
Who owns that?
Right. Well, I mean, they would have to have access to that, right?
Yeah.
I can't imagine they wouldn't have access to this, especially if they're pursuing multiple
lawsuits. If they have the store, they should have access to it because they take over the email immediately.
Right. So, and this is the entire itemized list, which has been provided. Therefore, they should be able to make the Manzels whole and then drop the lawsuit like they're supposed to be doing, apparently.
But is this the? So this is the sold list. This is the one where the the owners of the store already sold, and they still owe some money to Brian. Right?
Yep.
Okay.
100%. So here's how this plays out.
Owner salem.or at bricksandminifigs.com. That's you guys. It says owned by BAM Franchising Inc. It says created September 6th, 2024. When I look at it, this is the Mansell list, I believe.
So
this would have been
just real quick. The Brandon kicked them out in 2023, right?
I'm not sure. That I do not know, but I can look.
Yeah, because if they kicked him out in 2024, then that means Brandon and Josh created that list.
Yeah, and this list.
Or if they didn't kick him out, if they kicked him out the year before, and then this was created on 2024.
Yeah, because then they would have done it, and then for some reason didn't do anything about it. And we've already talked about the U-Haul, which you confirmed they did the same thing at your store. They just showed up with a U-Haul and started throwing shit in the U-Haul, which I can't even imagine that if you just start throwing loose stuff in a U-Haul, that you wouldn't lose stuff in translation, right?
Yeah.
So it says right here, Crystal, the former franchise owner of Bricks and Minifigs store in Salem, Oregon, left the franchise in November 2024.
Okay, so she's the one that created this list.
Right.
Because it was only like 2 months later.
Right. All right. So here we go.
Under like so we have the
y'all definitely have this. Y'all have access to this.
Well, I had no idea. Like so if this is the first that anybody has shown me that a spreadsheet was created using like Bricks and Minifigs Salem, like, and
dude,
all
it's
of this
been
stuff.
2 years.
Yeah, and they don't even know this exists.
And you're building a case and trying to ruin people's lives. How do you not know that you have access to this? Wouldn't you and your lawyers like skim through every detail of every email possible that's related to her and to Brian and to Ben?
Right, because there's only two options: either A, you're incompetent, or B, you're not telling the truth here. Right?
Yeah, either one is terrible.
Yeah, neither are good.
Yeah.
Both options are not good, right? And these guys need to get out. I mean, well, it's too late now, but they should have come out and be like, hey, we screwed up. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to make this guy whole. Because like you said, they paid more in lawyers or lawyers on retainer than they ever would have just paying themselves out.
Unless they found some sort of way to not pay.
Yeah.
Because they apparently, so from what I hear, is that they also kind of took some law school and they were part of a company that was part of law, and so they understand it, and maybe they use some way to not pay their retainers.
Yeah.
I don't know. From what I've noticed is that when you're dishonest, there's always a way around not giving people money.
Yeah. M. Dimmel says, breaking news, Billy is super ultra radically gay. God, he's even further. But the happy kind, not the taboo kind.
There's something going on in the chat, brother.
M. Dimmel's just going after Billy. He's the top dog today, and we're already almost halfway to Naked Snake. So, I mean, he's more than happy. I'm more than happy to let him go after him. It's totally great with me. All right, let's continue this.
Was archived. This is the first I've seen that this spreadsheet was created by Crystal. And we don't know how accurate it is, how up to date it was. We don't know a lot of those types of things and understand.
Wait, so, but you're saying you never saw it, and now you're saying that you don't know how accurate it is. So that doesn't that imply that you saw it?
Yep. 100%. He just keeps stepping in a different pothole every 3 seconds. He's like, I haven't seen this, but I guarantee you it's not even accurate because I haven't seen this. It's like, what? That doesn't make a lick of sense. This is the best thing you could go by to come to a difference of how much money you should pay out and make this guy whole. Like, I would be looking at this. I would have looked at this 2 years ago. Now, granted, obviously they were there.
Well, like I said before, they should have made him whole.
Yeah.
Looked at all the documents, had to sit down, and then be like, all right, like, we believe you. We have all of your paperwork. We called the store owners. They confirmed it. Now go find the product and then keep it in-house.
Yep.
All of this could have been resolved
if
you weren't pieces of garbage and lazy, apparently, because you don't even know what's going on in your own company.
Yeah, exactly. Chaos Sync says he needs to stop going on these. They're sending the crisis management person on ACOB Thursday. So is that there's like a damage control PR guy from Bricks and Minifigs? Chaos that's going on there. Yeah, no, you don't want him to stop. chaos because every time he does another one of these, he just steps in it, especially his brother.
Remember, they're not trying to just silence Ben. They're trying to lock him up and throw away the key.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm okay with him stepping all over himself and getting a bigger shovel to dig a bigger hole, because hopefully all this will help Ben and Brian.
Yeah, 100%. But trying to get somebody thrown in jail or arrested or that kind of stuff, that's when you're going a little hard, especially if you don't even know all the facts. Yeah, a little. Like a little.
This is a young guy, man. Like, he's not even married yet.
Yeah, it says Ben's facing upwards of 20 years for the charges they got on him. Yeah, it's insanity. Yeah. It's absolutely insanity. Not only the fiscal responsibility they're trying to get him on. It's all insanity. Like, what is it? A $1 million lawsuit now?
1.3.
1.3
against
million.
Brian.
Yeah.
So 20 years for Ben, 1.3 to Brian.
So, and what is everything they have that they're trying to push onto Brian, is this just all defamation and emotional distress?
Yeah, but I don't know if they're trying to do it from different states, because I think in Utah defamation can only be civil, can't be criminal.
Right. Yeah.
But again, not a lawyer, don't know.
Yeah.
But it depends on what state you're suing from and how everything is going about. So I have no idea.
Right.
But regardless, like, we heard about the 1.3 against Brian.
Yep. 100%. Yeah, Cobra says Bam said the collection was worth $200,000 when they were going after Crystal for money owed, but now all of a sudden it's only worth $90,000. Well, think about what Gabe said. So it's Gabe, right? I'm not dumb.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay, so Gabe said that they tried to charge him $70,000 in fees when he was thinking he was going to walk away with a good chunk of change from inventory, and they were trying to wipe all that out and just kind of make up math. Like, right, you said the math kind of just added up to where you walked away with nothing or something.
Yeah, yeah. So at first, Brandon said, by the way, I don't even know your name.
It's Cody.
Cody. All right.
90s white kid name.
That makes sense. NASCAR Cody, all that. All right.
Yeah.
Where's Connor, man?
Yep.
But the Brandon came in and said that the inventory matched exactly as I counted it. And then they till this day, I've never seen their inventory count.
Right.
And Amin, like, I never talked to Matt about it, but Amin, Brandon, and Josh, they all said that it didn't it didn't equal out after the fact. Right. And it was less than what they were fining me for. And then I even had a phone call with Josh, and I asked him, can you just send me the inventory count? And he's like, what's that going to do for you? How's that going to help you? I'm like, it would just give me a peace of mind.
Right.
And like, I had to calm him down, and I'm like, dude, just give me a peace of mind. I just want to know, because it didn't match apparently, and I want to know what's the truth. And then they still never sent it to me.
Yeah. So, well, they didn't want you to be able to do the math, right? That was what it was all about.
Yeah,
they didn't want you to be able to look into it a little bit too spicy, right? Because, and that's what I think that's what they were relying on this whole time, is the fact that people are starting to look into this and see the math now. And they're like, wait a second, none of this makes sense, and it seems like these guys are just fooling around.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's the whole issue. But let's finish this video right here.
Sharing this with us because we had no idea. Again, you don't know what you don't know, and you can't, like, we don't know everything, and we don't go, like, looking in every nook and cranny everywhere, like, we just don't know some of those things.
Why would you not be doing
That's what you're supposed to do. When you're trying to put somebody in jail, you should know every tiny detail about a person's life.
Right. Because what's going to happen when you get to court and they pull out something like this?
Yeah. You freaking retard.
We didn't know?
Yeah. You're doing all this and you still negligent in your own company?
Yeah. That's absolutely not going to work.
This is an advertisement to never open a Bricks and Minifigs with these people.
Yeah. Just do what you said and rebrand. Just rebrand everything and have your own store, because these guys can't be trusted, especially if they can come in and do a hostile takeover and just get you the hell out, right?
Well, like, I don't know if you've ever looked at corporate agreements. There's like every little detail,
right,
that like they could find a way to be like, you violated this, so we terminating it. Like, you sneezed to the left and you should have sneezed to the right, and now we could terminate you.
Exactly.
It's kind of like, um, if you realtors, I don't know if it's throughout all of the U.S., but I've seen a few realtors contract where it says if the realtor shows you the house and you don't buy it, you still owe him a commission.
Yep.
So you don't actually have to buy the house to pay the realtor. Obviously, that's going to ruin your name if you're a realtor. So nobody does that. Nobody pulls that one, because realtors about like you have to be kind of like famous in the community to build up your brand. But yeah, like there's a bunch of things in the law that are completely unfair, completely wrong, and people use it all the time to get away with bullcrap.
Yep, 100%. This is funny right here. It's the U-Haul. It says I literally gasp. The U-Haul.
I wish we could get a picture of the license plate because they put out in Coffeezilla like the when he rented it out and stuff. And then there was if you guys haven't watched Coffeezilla's video, go watch it.
It's fantastic.
He's talking to an ex-employee of the Eugene, Oregon store, and he said that they took 4 hours unloading a U-Haul full of sets, like new in-box sets, into the store.
Yeah, and like I said, if they do a hostile takeover of, like, let's say Crystal Store, and a lot of the stuff that the Manziels, had on consignment there was just loosely thrown in a U-Haul, why would I expect it to not disappear? Especially if, maybe here's a theory that's kind of, dumb and harebrained, but Josh was apparently resigned, right? Apparently Eamon and Matt called you, the COO, and said, they're gone now, right? Josh and Brandon are gone. But, could it have anything to do with the fact that they might have found out that Josh did something here? Maybe, I don't know if it's true or not.
But they still own the location. I think that was just a PR move, because if you did that kind of stuff, like they took away my location from stuff they made up. This is proof that they stole. And so if you're Matt and Ammon, you'd be like, oh, these guys are stealing from us, so we got to get rid of them. But no, they still they're like, Eugene is not a corporate store. It's Josh and Brandon's store still.
Yep.
They just parted ways corporate wise.
Right. But they still got it. It's totally fine. Right. And I would like to, I'm surprised no one's asked them about that,
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure the CEO has been on a couple of programs since then. I'm like, what about this? You said you parted ways with Josh, but he still owns the store in Oregon. What's going on? Yeah. What would he say? We're bros. It's totally fine. Billy says this guy's a dumbass, doesn't understand that the internet's forever. I feel like he'll ruin Bricks and Minifigs and will then be hired to ruin another company.
Ruin? He is ruining it.
He did.
I think it's already ruined it.
It's over. Yeah, Billy, it's completely over. And I talked about this on the last show. I don't think, now you can tell me if I'm wrong, because Matt and Eamon, Josh, all these guys personally. Maybe they just don't have a good concept of social media. They don't understand that this is going to ruin everything forever, right?
Yeah, but like here's the thing. Like I get phone calls. I've gotten text messages today that people are just finding out about it now.
Yeah.
But like when I went to pick up my son from school, people are still asking me about the store, and they're like going to their other Bricks and Minifigs down in St. Pete and whatnot. So like just because we're all informed here doesn't mean everybody's informed.
Exactly.
Your mom who has to take care of the kids and do the laundry, take care of the house and everything, and wants to show their kids a good time and go to a local mom and pop shop they want to support, they don't have time to watch YouTube.
Yep.
And
it's not fair to those owners, because you see a lot of videos, man, of people going and harassing these owners that have nothing to do with this. And I'm like, oh, that sucks. Like that's something that shouldn't be happening.
It sucks, but it's also built up a case against the owners.
Yep.
It's like either all the owners have to be compensated who were harassed, or like they have to get out of their contract and still be compensated, because like you go in to open a location because you projected a certain amount of money that you can make a year, and the increase you can make every year through marketing, through reputation, through whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
And then when all that data is proven that it's possible and it's very realistic, and then it just plummets because there's this PR move, then yeah, you you are owed some money.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if nowadays there's a bunch of stuff in the franchise agreement that says like we ain't give you a dime, but it's the contracts you sign. It all depends on the contracts you sign.
Yeah. Do you regularly talk to other store owners? Was that ever a thing?
So I did all the time. I actually helped convince a good amount of people to open a Bricks and Minifigs. Sorry, guys. My bad. Yeah. Back then. But I haven't been in contact in a while. There was some owners that messaged me that said on YouTube, and they said that they received a bunch of sets from Loots, and Josh and Brandon said the Loot store owner wanted to help with your guys' store, and so they sent a bunch of products over there. I'm like, what? I mean, like when they shut down our store, stole everything, screwed me over. They labeled it as like I want to help other stores, and
right,
yeah,
they just want to appear as the good guy, is what it is. That's what it's all about. This is interesting as well. So this was on the Coffeezilla video as well. It says Coffeezilla had an hour-long investigation that uncovers more webs and, yes, more Bricks and Minifig lies. BAM's Josh Johnson said to Zilla only 2 to 3 layaway items were in the store when he took over. And this is apparently Crystal's store, right? One problem, he told Oregon police otherwise. In the police report, he said the vast majority of items in the store were on layaway. So he said right here, 2 to 3 right here. And then in this police report, it says, due to the claim that Mr. Menzel continues to call the business despite not being told to and encouraging others to do so, he does not, what is that? I don't know. To give these items to Mr. Menzel, he added that he also doesn't feel the need to since the stores and inventory became his once it was over. And apparently, the vast majority of stuff in the store is on layaway. So, I mean, a lot of these guys are getting caught like in this web trying, it's probably hard to keep your story straight 2 years in, let's be honest. Right?
It ain't hard because you should have all the evidence.
Yeah.
It's on paper. You can ask, if you're the one that contacted the police department, you can ask them to give the police report to keep your story straight.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, man. Like, I'm having a brain aneurysm because of this. Like, it's just stupidity all around.
Yeah, it's absolutely wild as hell. And it doesn't make any sense to me as to why this keeps happening. And like you said, a lot of people just aren't up on the news, so they're just confused on what's going on with their Bricks and Minifigs location. Maverick Cuba says, if the Missouri Mormons get involved, Ben's cooked. They got the gold tablets. What's up, Maverick? How you doing, brother? Here's another video pertaining to the Coffeezilla video. Let's pull this bad boy up here. Here we go.
Consignment deal after all. And one group in particular is pointing their finger at them very hard. It's the McNeffs who say they were behind on payments.
We started getting calls from the landlord letting us know that Crystal was behind on the lease payments at the location. We had also gotten a couple of notices from some of our vendor partners that bills had not been paid by the store.
Now, didn't you say that they claimed you breached your contract for similar things?
Yeah. So that I didn't pay rent, but I paid all the way up till when they told me like, oh, we'll cover the December rent. I'm like,
right.
Well, I think it was the November rent because that's when we had the conversation. And then they only paid rent after I got the letter, which was in December. And I was getting emails like, hey, you're late on rent. So I guess they used that to say I was late on rent one time.
Yeah, and then
they claimed that they would handle it.
Right. And then so they go back and say, see, do you think that's by like design? Like they intentionally say, hey, we'll cover your rent, and then they don't do it, and then they can come back and claim.
Well, like for them, it was a hostile takeover. So that is on the store owners. Like if they actually did get a phone call from the property manager, that also means that corporate had some sort of involvement with the store because you wouldn't contact corporate if you're a property manager off somebody being negligent unless they're completely ghosting the landlord. So they're like, I don't know about their business practice, but some of it sounds like a little bit was their fault.
Right.
But it also still sounds like they were very well connected to the Oregon Salem location.
Yeah.
Like corporate themselves. Because if they're getting that phone call, then yeah.
Yep, it seems all connected.
Had not been paid by the store, and so we felt pretty strongly that there was going to be a risk of her just, like attempting to file bankruptcy, doing some of these other types of things which we've had franchisees do in the past, and that's problematic. So that's why we sent him up there to take some video footage. So we needed to just be prepared if we needed to do a hostile takeover, which like can happen in franchising, where a franchise owner just kind of tries to steal inventory and do some different things that way.
Okay, so Bricks and Minifigs' story is that they were worried about the Gormans skipping town, so they sent Brandon Best as a secret shopper on October 24th, 2024. This is weeks before the takeover. Brandon takes a video of the store condition in preparation for this handover, but at this point, Brandon does not announce himself to Crystal Gorman. Later, though, on November 14th, once again, the same concern about the Gorman stealing or theft was expressed by the McNaffs.
Brandon was trying to make sure that they weren't taking things from the store, and so he was kind of trying to make sure that he wasn't putting things, like hiding things in the back, and that and while he was watching that, trying to make sure Ben wasn't grabbing stuff from the store and moving it or doing anything along those lines, because he just got a weird feeling about the whole transition.
And that's something they accused you of as well, right, Stilling?
Yeah. Yeah, so there was like a section in the store that said like, that's my personal Lego, and I was building this like huge like me and my father were gonna build this table and this layout of just a massive Star Wars Lego battle where people like customers can just grab the set, bring it to the front desk and buy it.
Yeah.
And then there's gonna be minifigs around and stuff. I'm like, so this is like from my house, like that it's just like bulk and stuff like that. And I'm like, that part right there, if you want me to take it out of the store, I'll take it out right now, but that's not part of the sale, because it was also hard to calculate those items.
Right.
And they said, no, yeah, you could leave it there for however long you want. And then they try to use that to have me be the one who robbed the place. And then I'm like, no, I have it on video that you, Brandon, said that those are mine. And then in the phone call where they were trying to fire me, Brandon had to like confess, like, yeah, I did say those are not, they're not ours. And then and then Josh was like, okay, I guess we have to give you back the key and then just have that out of the store. I'm like, fine, I'll take it out tonight. No freaking problem.
It seems like your story, there's a lot of parallels to your story and these same stories that we keep hearing. And so it's safe to assume that these are tactics that they utilize over and over to try to get problematic franchise owners out, maybe?
Yeah, and it's like, I'm the one that called them. So Brandon did tell me like the reason why he had to come and then wait for the letter is because he was worried that I was also going to steal the place, file bankruptcy, and just get out when I got the letter. I'm like, after everything we all been through, like me, like communicating with the McNeffs and everything, you still think I was going to do that? Like, I'm the one that called you guys. Yeah. I'm the one that came up with the ideas. I'm the one that's like, I believe in this brand. I'll sign a contract to be an employee if you want. Like, just send it to me. I believe in this place. And I built this up. This is my baby. And I just need capital because of the hurricanes, because of everything that happened, to put in some hardcore marketing.
Yeah.
And you guys didn't let me bring in investors. So it's just like, but then you're going to believe I'm going to steal everything? I don't even have a place to put all that crap.
Yeah. And it's like, I mean, I'm not trying to draw a parallel to like my old situation, but when, I don't know if it's a corporate company thing or maybe it's just that maybe they're taught these things. I don't know. And maybe they're just not very good at it. But when I was at GameStop, the HR or LP would come to your store and they would accuse you of basically like the same things, every like 5 things. And you'd have to disprove every one of them like step by step. Like, oh, we think you're doing this.
Really?
Like, oh, we have footage of you probably doing this. And you're like, I didn't actually do that. And then they would just tell you to get the hell out. Like when I was at GameStop, they had like 5 different things that HR told me. They were like, okay, we have reason to believe you're doing this. And I was like, well, here's proof I didn't. They're like, okay, well, we have reason to believe you're doing this. And I was like, well, here's proof I didn't do that either. And they're like, okay, well, we have reason to believe you're doing that. So they would go down the whole list. And I'm like, yeah, so I did nothing wrong. And they're like, oh, well, technically you sat at your desk before the store opened. And I'm like, yeah, well, everybody does. All the managers do that. But what they had just moved us to hourly from salary, some goofy law. And
so then you're like stealing time.
Exactly. So they fired every single manager in our district who had been there for, I think I was the youngest one, and I had been there 11 years.
Damn.
There was managers in our district that had been at GameStop for 25 years. And they got rid of every one of them via time card fraud because they just said, "Oh, you sat down. Oh, you walked out your front door and threw something in the trash and walked in 10 seconds later."
I think that's for them to find a way to not pay taxes and stuff like that, to claim losses.
Yeah, that and the fact that they could bring somebody in making 25 grand a year instead of 50.
Yeah,
that's what was, because I remember they did that to somebody a few months before I left, and they brought in a girl off the street. The old manager was making like 41 or 42 grand a year. They brought in a girl off the street and they paid her, I think it was $12.50 an hour. So with her like overtime that was required, she made like 23 grand a year. They brought in somebody for almost half. So that's what they were doing. They were saving a lot of money.
Can't survive on that, man. Well, I guess if you're single, you could survive on that.
Yeah, but maybe even back then, like it would be almost impossible. Plus, the stress that's involved with being in that position is redonkulous.
Oh yeah, like you don't attract the best customers.
That's for damn sure.
At GameStop.
Look at this freeze frame of Matt, by the way. Like that, it's pretty unfortunate.
Glory hole freeze frame.
Oh yeah.
She took at least one, if not more than one, cartfuls of things out to her car with her coat draped over it.
So yeah, the
so what's the video on that?
Look, they don't.
Is there a video on that? Is that what you asked?
I'm like, where is that video?
Yeah, is there a video? Have we seen a video of her stealing? Mm-hmm. Right? Because as far as I can see, these are just accusations. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
Trust the Gormans, and they explained it. Even further. They said, "Hey, there's some issues in her past.
She apparently has a retail theft and other criminal arrests on her record that we were not aware of."
And by the way, these arrests were from like 20 years ago.
Yeah, she was 19 in 1991 or something like that.
Yeah, 1995 she was 19. God dang, she's old. Like she didn't look that old. I'm not saying that in a mean way.
Damn, man, relax.
I'm just saying she doesn't look old at all. Like she couldn't have been 19 in freaking 1995. That'd make her like 50. Because I'm 36 and I was born.
No, she was 19 in 1990. Oh well, let's hear. I think we'll hear.
Yeah,
she's 40. I believe she's 40.
All right.
When was that?
I don't know. This has been brought out by several people online now.
No, but did she ever get that record expunged? Because then if she got it expunged, only federal documents would have that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to know if there's something else going on too. Like, you should, if you have a record, you should get it expunged, and then when you apply for federal jobs, you have to disclose it. But you're not looking for a federal job. So what kind of in do they have? Like, so that if she did get expunged, then they're working with the FBI to get that information.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Again, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know the law.
K&Q says there's more proof of Brandon in the U-Haul. Yeah, there is. There's a damn picture of that shit. A glorious U-Haul right in our face. People are saying Crystal's 45, so that would make sense. Yeah, that would make sense. 19 in 1999. So that would make way more sense. Yep.
Huge accusation to bring up, and so obviously I wanted to talk to the Gormans about it.
They're like, she has a history of some type of burglary, theft.
Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah, that's what they're
wow.
saying.
Yeah.
Oh. Nope. Well, yes.
Well,
you know about this.
Explain.
Yeah, when I was 19 years old.
How long ago is that?
I am 45 now. So this was in 1999. This, something that happened 25 years ago, has no reflection and no bearing on what happened in the last 2 years, my management of the store, what happened the night corporate seized the store. It is another deflection, and it infuriates me. You're going to try to publicly embarrass and shame me for somebody that was manipulated by local police departments when she was pregnant and 19 years old.
What do you, and you don't have any thefts on your record, right?
No thefts, no.
Well, then and they even accused you of theft.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it just seems par for the course. It just seems like what they do, right?
Yeah, they just accuse. Well, she does have a record, but it's been 20 something years, and it's like that whole thing where, in one of my phone calls with one of the McNabs, they're like, "We advised you said like, yeah, all we needed was marketing. He's like, well, the money wasn't there, and we advised you against that location. I'm like, no, you didn't. Your real estate agents approved it, and that means you approved it. And my father's a commercial real estate agent, and he approved it, and we presented it to you. So, like, you could have said no if you thought this was a bad location. So that's the other thing. Like, if somebody chooses a location and they claim it went under or it was like a bad spot, that falls under Bricks and Minifigs corporate because you guys approve those locations.
Yeah.
So you should be able to study the market there and help each franchisee when they open up. This is the kind of marketing, this is the kind of fan base you have around your area that's going to attract the most when it opens.
Yep.
And so there is no like, oh, your location sucked and that's your fault. It's like, well, you're a part of it. It might have been my fault, but it's also your fault.
Yep.
So yeah, like they're like, if they didn't know that she had a criminal record and they're trying to use that, it's like, that's negligence on you. You didn't do background checks. You didn't go after this.
Well, they apparently don't know nothing. So
yeah,
that's their go-to excuse. Well, I didn't know shit. It's like they have these. When it comes to allegations of people that they're trying to lay blame on, they apparently know. But when it comes to like things that they already have in their possessions that they could have acted on a long time ago, they're like, oh, we didn't know.
Yeah.
Like it seems like everything you do is to attack the other people and not to exonerate yourself or to help the people that are involved. Actually, that's what it seems like to me. Billy says, I hope this guy loses the lawsuit because he's a true scumbag. It's been a while since I've seen a corpo this salty besides Nintendo. Well, I think
Nintendo hates Lego, by the way.
Yeah, like I think
they hate that Lego company.
I think that most corporate companies have wised up to like how just devastating PR can be on social media. And I don't think Bricks and Minifigs care. Like at this point.
It's kind of like they're stuck in the same mind as like you saw the Robert Downey Jr. interview where he said like he laughed at the idea that influencers are the new celebrities or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like you're so stuck in the past, you don't understand that people want authenticity.
Yep.
And this is a way for us all to talk.
Yep.
You know, like this isn't like we've moved on from that era and you guys need to catch up.
Yeah, it doesn't help that unfortunately, celebrities have access to social media as well, and it seems to be that they are kind of awful people most of the time.
Yeah, they don't know what a normal person is like anymore.
Yeah, and we were never supposed to have this much access to celebrities and their like daily thoughts or daily conversations.
Yeah, man, you're a clown that we see on TV. Start dancing.
Yeah,
we don't want to hear what you have in your head because you pretend to be a person that's not you for a living.
Yep.
So why would I, like, if we have a conversation one-on-one, but like you should not represent whatever it is you want to represent as you have this career. Like that's insane.
Yeah, I completely agree. We got about 25-ish, 30 minutes left. I'm going to go through a couple more videos. Boys, make sure you guys do me a big-ass favor and go sub to Gabe. His link is in the chat right now. He's almost to 1,000 subs. Give him some love.
Thanks, ladies.
Yeah, I was watching you the other night, and it was great. It was great.
Oh, thank you. I usually do live streams. I suck at editing, but I have fun talking to people and doing live streams.
Yeah.
So.
That's the way to do it, man. That's what I enjoy. And we are officially halfway to Naked Snake. Billy says everyone gets bad when they have a small amount of power. Once they get it, no going
What's
back.
Naked Snake?
Oh, that's my goal of the stream, which is at 628 streams in a row.
Sick.
Like 5 years straight. And it's where I sing Snake Eater from Metal Gear Solid 3 and take my shirt off.
Oh,
and put a bandana on for my giant ass forehead.
Thank you, Billy. Camelot. Nice.
Thank you, Billy. I did it randomly one day. Somebody's like in the chat mentioned it. I think his name was Aaron Golden, and I've done it ever since. I don't know why, but people love it. So we're halfway there.
Anything for $1, huh?
Hell yeah, brother. I'm talking about. But yeah, let's check out this video. And I had a question, and it completely left my mind. But at any rate, let's pull this video up, and then we'll probably come back.
Regardless of what a franchisee does, the new one, the old one, the company behind it must stand behind their product, their service. And I can't imagine a better example of a company doing the opposite. Unfortunately, Bricks and Minifigs has chosen to deflect and dodge responsibility at most opportunities and created a really awful customer experience that has snowballed into this crazy series of events. But instead of taking accountability for that, they've taken an aggressive legal strategy, which I told them personally was a horrible idea.
What do you think their end goal is here? Like Eamon and Matt.
Dude, this is what I'm confused about. I've been confused about it since they screwed me over. It's like, what's the end result here for you guys? Do you think you're gonna like walk into the sun and everybody's gonna believe you're like saints?
Yeah.
You know, like I can't wrap my head around it. Like dude, I think most companies would pay $200,000 to get rid of this PR nightmare.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And they just keep doubling down, tripling down, and it's like, even like at this point, even let's say that there's some wrong with Ben and Brian, nobody cares because of the tactics you guys used, the bull crap you guys are doing.
Yeah, 100%. And they don't have any proof either. Like, so they have all these allegations. Yeah. They said Ben was on heroin. They said they claimed Crystal was stealing. They claimed you were stealing. They also claimed what Crystal was on heroin as well.
And that her bird was crapping everywhere.
Yeah, that she had a bird
destroyed store.
Yeah, and they had all these allegations with, frankly, not any proof that I've seen, right? But all these other allegations coming from everybody else, like, seems like there's a more substantial proof coming from the other end, right?
Yeah.
So like I don't understand, yeah.
They don't even try to back up their claims. They just say stuff.
Yep.
Like at least Ben put out evidence, like, hey, they did this. Here's the video of them doing that.
Yeah.
Like you could just copy and paste reckless Ben and be like, kind of split the audience if you wanted to, like, but you don't have any evidence. It shows that like you guys are also guilty.
Yep. It's
like, in my opinion, it just looks freaking awful. And like, I'm worried about the customers. I'm worried about like the current store owners that have their local store, because man, I sometimes, if I can help somebody that used to be a customer of mine, and they had stored credit, like I try, like I went to somebody's house and just like cut their grass and stuff, like I just was like, hey, I don't know how to get you that store credit, and they didn't even know, like, cause sometimes you just forget that store credit, and just like and like I had this couple that would come to my store. They were awesome, and they built a huge community, like 1,000 people. It was like a AFOL group of like come up with ideas, and because they couldn't come to our location, they had to go to another location that was closer to them down in the Brandon location. They're awesome people. They are the ones that came and helped me out the store, and like all I could do was like give them some Lego. And they weren't even clean, so like I felt bad giving them unclean Lego.
Yeah. Chaos says, Bricks and Minifigs have gone from there was no agreement to we are not responsible for the agreement to we don't have the Lego to, oh, wow, we found some Lego when we were caught. Yeah, they've changed their story like 8 times now.
Yeah.
Which, again, like you said, makes them look extremely guilty.
Oh, by the way, and when I said cut their grass, because I've misspoken before, I offered to cut their grass.
Right.
Yeah. I was doing, looking for landscaping work at the time, and I'm like, oh, maybe I could, because when I was a kid, my dad asked him for just a quick story, irrelevant to this, if I may.
Yeah.
I asked him for like $20 to go to the movies, and he's like, yeah, for sure. And then we go outside. He locks the doors of the house and the car, knocks on the neighbor's door. I'm like, what are we doing? He's like, ask to cut their grass for $20, and then goes in the house. And then every day, if I wanted to make money, he said, you have to find somebody, like a widow in the neighborhood, somebody who's struggling or whatever, do them a solid for free, clean the garage, cut the grass, then you can knock on doors to make money.
Yeah, and well, I mean, that's I had the same experience. Now, my raisings were extremely humbling. I grew up in a trailer park, and when I was 14, my dad made me go to work in HVAC with him. So my dad did HVAC, and he would take me to work with him, and would make me like hang HVAC stuff. I had no idea what the hell I was doing. He just told me what to do, and I did it. And I did that for like 6 months or something. And he would buy me like a PlayStation 1 game like once a month.
Oh, sick.
Or
that's
a
awesome.
PlayStation 2 game. Yeah.
That's good payment right there.
Yeah, dude. That's all I got. And he would buy me McDonald's, which I thought was badass. So I was a fat kid, right? So yeah. And then when I was 15, my father forged an application for Piggly Wiggly when I was 15 years old. Forged that sumbitch. And they called me, and I started working at Piggly Wiggly for like 6 months. and it was awful. But it taught me a lot, right?
Yeah.
Because there was never a time where I asked my parents for gas money or anything. That never happened in my life.
Yeah. After that, you think I asked again?
Yeah. No, I asked when I was 16. When I was 16, I asked my mom for $5 in gas money, and she was being angry about it. And I was like, "You always give it to my sister," and she slapped me in the jaws. Jaws, brother. And she's tiny. She's like 4'11", so she really slapped my ass. And that was the last time I ever asked for money. That was it. Demise says it's probably pure vendetta at this point, since Ben embarrassed him in every turn. Now they just want to go after Ben and his friends to destroy them with legal warfare. Probably.
But they've been building up this case for a long time.
Yeah.
So like, I can't come to any conclusion of like, oh, this is what they were trying to do. It's just, it baffles me.
Yeah.
It really does. I can't like come up with any idea of like, oh, this is probably what they were going for. I think it's just pride and ego at this point.
Yeah.
And yeah.
That's the thing, is I said that the other day. I think it's just completely egotistical. Like they just want to win and they want to bury everybody and they just don't really care. Or maybe, I mean, if Eamon doesn't apparently follow social media, nor does he do any of these other things, like look at these emails or look for any evidence that could support him and or maybe could help him get to a resolution. He doesn't do any of that, so maybe he's just not paying attention to any of this online stuff, and he thinks he looks good. I don't know.
And they might feel like they're gonna come out of this in the end, because, like I said before with the Lego YouTubers, there's not many Lego YouTubers covering this. There's like everybody else is covering this, like way more than the Lego YouTubers.
Why do you think that is?
Like I said, like before all this, most of them are cowards. Most of them don't like controversy. The Lego community is not a fan of controversy,
right?
You know, but some of them had contracts with Bricks and Minifigs. There is a lot of people really covering it, like Lego Empire and stuff, but you see like maybe one person put out one video because they don't like the negativity. They'd be like, "Oh, this really hurts me. It sucks what's going on. And I want my channel to be about positive things," and then they go back to like, "This is my next build," and that's all great and everything, but like this affects your community more than anybody else's. So I think it's important for you to stay on top of it and then realize like, hey, not everybody who's a Lego fan is a good person. Simple.
Yep.
And they're the ones that are gonna have the most impact, because it's like, all right, like me and you, like I don't know how often you buy Legos. You know, Lego, my bad, plural. Yeah. You like, but after all this is over, you're probably gonna buy the same amount of Lego from your Lego store that you have done in the past 10 years.
Right.
But then people who are only follow Lego YouTubers because they just love Lego that much, who are they gonna stop shopping at Bricks and Minifigs? Are they going to even know about this story?
A lot of them won't. Yeah. 100%. I have some unopened sets of Lego in my closet that I got from GameStop. When
be careful, man, they might claim you stole it.
Yeah. we were closing a store and they pennied out like a lot of the stuff, so I just have a bunch of unopened Lego sets from back in the day, man. Like I don't even know what they are. I saw 3 of them today when I was changing some stuff in my room. My dog is smacking the door with his leg and confusing himself. J-Doc says normal people use H2O to put out fires. Bricks and Minifigs prefer to use gasoline. Thank you, J-Doc.
Well said.
Yeah, and he officially got us halfway to Naked Snake. We're at the 250 mark with about 20 minutes left. Appreciate you so much, Mr. J-Doc. So let's finish this video here.
As of writing this, Brian Mansell is being sued for $1.3 million as part of a legal campaign against him and Reckless Ben and any of the associates. Remember,
so
Brian is the same guy
yeah, it's everybody
who lost all these Legos at Bricks and Minifigs store. And I told the CEO and COO that's ridiculous and they should drop this. Look, mistakes have been made by plenty of people here, but there's a lot more people who have inflicted
That's the Waka Waka guy, yeah?
Oh, dude, like, oh my gosh. I hate seeing his face so much. He is just a disgusting human being. He looks like my thumb.
He does look like a damn
nub.
Thumb. Look at him. Looks like a damn thumb with a plaid shirt on.
Freaking A, yeah.
You got the vibe in this body cam, too, that he was just a dick the whole time.
Yeah,
right?
man.
Just a straight dick.
The likes of which we've rarely seen. by just choosing the worst possible path at every fork in the road. No pun intended. But the best path to making things right, in my view, is by just making Brian whole and moving on. Drop the aggressive legal
keep it
strategy.
in-house.
You are a Lego store at the end of the day. You are supposed to be about fun, not about a rerun of Suits.
It is so and I've said this since I think the first day I ever talked about this. I'm like, what? Why not just make the dude whole and move the hell on? What is this? What was all this for? Right? Or maybe they just couldn't make a decision and it spiraled out of control and now they're just digging their heels in, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess that could be the only way, shape, or form. So is there anything going on? Like you basically, other than talking to Matt last week, you haven't talked to any of these guys or heard anything from them?
No, I'm not like trying to reach out. I don't want to hurt Ben's case.
Right.
We were going to be more in contact, but because of like all the legal stuff, like it's best to let him handle that, and we haven't been in contact since. But no, I've not really talked to him. Like, people have reached out to me, that, like I said, like old store owners, some scumbags, some just people I don't really know, customers, friends, people I haven't talked to in years that aren't into Lego at all. And so that's like where I'm thinking, I'm like, that's where I'm concerned. Like, just like, Geeks and Gamers, Nerdrotic, they do movies and stuff like that. So like when a crappy movie comes out, it's almost like it's their responsibility to help people in their sphere realize what this movie is, right?
Yeah.
But the Lego community, they're not banding together and really like sharing and posting of how crazy the situation is. So I think a lot of people rather stay away from me because I'm very outspoken. I'm very, I try to be very honest, even to my detriment. But like I'm not trying to take away from their story. I'm trying to put my story out there so that people who are following it can realize who these guys really are.
Yeah, and I do think that if you ended up on a show, with 10,000 concurrent, because I think ACOB recently they had a lot of people watching when the CEO was on and the COO. You end up on a show like that and it does like insane numbers. Yeah, I would probably expect to hear something from somebody. Like,
even if I hear something, man, because like they can't really come after me because I'm just putting out my story.
Yeah,
I'm not like involving myself in Ben's story and being like, me and Ben are planning to do this. No, like I'm like, hey, you know how you guys screwed over Brian and you're screwing over Ben? You guys try to do the same thing to me. Just a reminder, put that out there. Boom. Because you can't silence me for talking about my story.
Yeah.
100%. I'm not putting out people's information. I'm not filming them. I'm not doing nothing to them. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, and what Eamon and Matt have alleged is that Ben and the Mansells basically colluded to destroy the company through PR and to extort them and then split the money. And I have not even remotely seen any evidence of that either. Right?
Yeah. So I think that's what the police got them for the GoFundMe, because it was about the wording. Like I have friends that are cops. I understand well enough. It's like which words you use, like specific words can get you detained. Specific words you spend the night in jail. And he was like, the way the cop phrased it was like, oh, you thought that like, hey, let's start a GoFundMe and then we split the money so we can make awesome content.
Yeah.
And then Ben, instead of like saying, no, that's not what I thought, I'm using the GoFundMe to help this guy who got his Lego stolen, and it's not for content. Like the GoFundMe is not for content. Right. I mean, if you worded it that way, they couldn't get anything on him because they tried to do it to everybody else, but they couldn't make him say certain words. And unfortunately, they got Ben to say specific collection of words that they could get him on.
Yeah. Emotional Support Chat said, Bricks and Minifigs, more like Bricks and Minifigs. How you doing, Emotional Support Chat? Appreciate it, brother. Hope you're doing well, man. Let me pull this up because I thought this was really interesting. Where to go? There it is. So I saw this guy was in my chat the other day. His name is Mandar Productions. I was covering his interview that he did with, I think he was on ACOB, I'm pretty sure, when the COO was on. And he dropped this document on Twitter or X rather. Where'd it go?
Yeah, he was on Coffeezilla's video.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, exactly. There, basically, it looks like a P&L kind of, right? So
with this P&L statement.
Yeah, and it has all the expenses and whatnot, and then it has their total operating basically profit down here.
So go up real quick.
Yep.
So, okay, and then can you lower a little bit?
Yeah.
So it looks like they're just paying themselves. They're not putting into the corporation.
Right. Yeah. And if you see right here, they have their when you, it was always awful when you would see on the P&L the parentheses like, oh yeah, oh god,
because it's like where's the loss? But like
so that's their net operating loss.
Because like if they're paying themselves and they're lost, they can allegedly. I'm be careful because I don't know how deep these scumbags are. Allegedly, they're avoiding paying taxes.
Yeah.
From what it looks like. But again, I'm not a CPA. I don't know what they're doing.
So basically,
I feel sorry if I keep saying that. I know it might be annoying. Yeah.
Basically, like compensating themselves and then writing off the losses, the total losses.
Yeah.
So like the $215,000 loss as of 2024, December 2024. So they're not really. I mean, that's probably likely why they don't want to pay this money out. Let's be honest.
Yeah, because it's in their pocket.
Yeah, and they don't really have
or
money. You know,
they probably spent it. You know, on whatever's trips and whatnot.
Yeah, trip to Las Vegas, renting some Ferraris and shit. Only a couple hookers. We don't want to splurge. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they're definitely being.
I could see Josh doing that.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. That dude is the most hooker looking dude. You could just tell. Yeah, you can tell dudes right away. You know?
Yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, he totally gets hookers.
Like you're into some stuff, man.
You can just tell, smell it on him. You know what I'm saying? An air of the way he carries himself. I mean, I had my old store manager years ago, like 100 years ago now. I called him Egg, and he was like my store manager for 3 years before I became a store manager. Mm-hmm. And this dude, you could just see it. I mean, he partaked in everything. Didn't matter, drugs, prostitutes. He stole from everybody he possibly could. He screwed everybody over. He was just the worst dude. And you can just look at him and you can just see it. And that Josh dude looks kind of like that kind of guy. I don't know for sure, but he looks kind of like the kind of guy.
Well, I could say 100% don't trust him.
Yeah, that's for sure. He looks like the kind of guy. For sure. You know, that's married and that don't really matter.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could be talking out of my ass here. Just I get the vibe.
No. He'd probably go in there.
Yeah, it's probably because he just sucks. He just sucks. Right. Yeah. Make sure you guys do me a big ass favor and go follow my boy Last Relic. I see you've gotten like 30 since last time I checked.
Sick.
Everybody go give him some love. He's almost to 1,000 subs. Get him to the goal. The goal. Luckily, you don't have to be at 1,000 to get monetized anymore. That was a good choice on YouTube's part because it's kind of hard. Like if you're not like kind of throwing out a banger that some reason everybody sees, you're not getting subs, man.
Like I heard some podcasts saying that like there's people that shell out a ton of money for production and then like they make a video that took 6 months and then it just blows up.
Oh.
And that's like YouTube was always supposed to be the little guy's platform type deal.
Dude, I tell people that. I tell people that every time because to be completely honest, I don't really respond to those DMs anymore. When people ask like for, hey man, how do I do YouTube? Like, can you give me some advice? I don't really respond anymore, but I used to. Mm-hmm. And people for some odd reason would always drop ungodly amounts of money on like a set, a studio, a new PC, 100 monitors, cameras. Damn. It just spent like $7-8 grand. I had a buddy that I shouldn't say buddy, but I had a guy I knew relatively that was asking for advice, and he dropped like $8 grand on a streaming setup and did it, got everything ready, and then puts out his first video and no one watches it, and he gets discouraged and stops. And I'm like, my first video, I grabbed my phone and I balanced it on my monitor and just pressed record and talked. Yeah. And I had this old vocal mic from when I recorded music, and I just talked and did a video, and that was my first video.
It took me 2 years to get 100 subscribers, and then getting screwed and destroyed to 500,000 debt to almost get 1,000 subscribers. Yeah, so, hard work.
Yeah,
A lot of hard work, brother.
it takes too damn much. But yeah, everybody, the link for his channel is in the chat right now. What do you think? Do you think you know what I think would be a great idea? I would release a series of these videos talking about your personal stories, how things you're seeing. Like maybe let's say you react to the Coffeezilla, just for hypothetical, and you can kind of draw parallels to how it's similar to your situation. Because I was able to draw parallels a lot when I was watching it earlier. I was like, this sounds like Gabe. This sounds
like I would love to. I'm using my laptop, which has like 8 gigs on it.
Yeah.
And last time I just put like videos from my own phone, and it was lagging like hell. And if you see my editing on some of my newest reaction videos, I don't know why, it just lags and cuts out audio and whatnot. So I'm just gonna do like live streams of me talking, answering questions, and then cutting it into a review of sorts if I'm talking about movies and whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I need to find ways to make money to just get some more CPU and RAM or whatever I need to make sure my computer doesn't freak out.
Yeah, you need a little bit of something. You need a little bit of something. Yeah, I started on pretty garbage PC back in the day, and then I got a new PC after a few months, and it was like waking up for the first time when I opened my editing program.
I've never even had a PC, man.
Really? Oh, well, damn.
Yeah, like the first streams we did it at the store. It was me and an employee of mine, and he had like a gaming laptop,
right?
And it worked like magic. It was awesome.
Yeah, dude.
And he shelled out a lot of money for it, but yeah, I got my nice little Apple MacBook.
Yeah, that's like dude. I don't know what happened, but like it seems like a couple years ago you could get a pretty stout PC for $2,000. That is not a thing anymore. It is.
I saw. I think it was Asmongold and Moist Critical or Penguin Zero, whatever his name is. They were like talking about like how much RAM has gone up and like the difference between the PC prices from like just like a year ago.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
It's just I will probably, I don't know if I'll ever buy a PC again. I have my PC sponsor, Alexander PCs are the greatest people, and they just sent me one, and I was like, praise be.
Heck yeah.
Thank you, Jesus. They're great people, and a lot of people in my chat have bought PCs from them, and they send you powerhouses, and it's great.
That's awesome.
So thank God for those people. Otherwise, I'd be on my old computer still. Just
how much does it cost to get one of their PCs?
I think it ranges. I mean, you can build your own. I'm pretty sure it ranges anywhere from like.
Oh, dude, I'm not building my own. I'm gonna set my house on fire.
Well, I mean, like
I'm gonna do something stupid.
Like I think you can build it relatively on their website, and they just send you the whole thing. But I think it ranges anywhere from like maybe $1,800, $2,000, all the way up to like ungodly prices. Could be wrong. But I know a lot of people were spending probably on average like $4,500. I think.
Man, maybe someday. I consider myself a pretty ambitious person, but kids come first. 3 kids.
That's for damn sure, man. If I wouldn't be doing this if I had children running around. I'd be I don't know what I'd do because I'd be too exhausted.
Nah, man, like you just can't be a pussy.
That's true.
Yeah, like man, like you have to. I used to bodybuild, not professionally or anything like that, not even competed, but I had a professional coach, and if you get your like blood work and all that, understanding how your testosterone is decreasing and lack of sleep and whatnot, what you could do naturally, then you'll have a ton of energy. Because kids need quality time, not just quantity, right? Mainly just quality. So you run with them, all that, like use it as a workout. And trust me, like having kids makes you more ambitious.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I want to provide them with everything I can, but I don't want to ruin them. So you gotta beat them up a little bit, but it's gonna be fine.
K&Q says, I'm still calling it that Brandon moved the sets with the Legos and put them in storage. Now they're locked behind an LLC when until Brandon private sells to pay Ammon's debt.
Yeah. So apparently Brandon sold a ton of Star Wars sets that matched. It's on Coffeezilla's video that matched the amount of money that's owed to Brian to MNR Productions. Now I'm not saying MNR Productions involved at all. But there is a lot of implications and legal stuff if you buy stolen Legos. Yeah. So like I recommend MNR Productions make statements that he didn't know if that's true. Because again, I've met M&R Productions in person once. He came to my store when I was still fixing it up. He never went to the second location, but overall he seems like an all right dude. At first I thought he was a major douche,
Right.
but then I was like, I talked to him a little bit, and some of my employees didn't like him, and I didn't like him for a while, but I'm like, okay, whatever. And if he bought stolen Legos, like, be careful. That's big boy crap.
Yeah.
Like,
I can confidently say, now obviously don't know for sure, but it seems to me, especially with the U-Haul stuff and the aggressive fighting and all this like weird pushback, it seems to me that one of these guys took in a lot of these Legos, maybe threw them in a U-Haul, I don't know, and they got rid of them or put them somewhere, and they don't want to out themselves because, I mean, somebody has them.
Or sold them for cash.
Exactly. Yeah.
Can't track that.
Exactly. That's the issue. So I think a lot of those things could be true. And I think that's why there's so much pushback, right? Because maybe Eamon doesn't want to, sell out his friends. And also he doesn't want to foot the bill at the same time, right? So,
well, I want to know who claims to be his friends, because apparently I used to be their friend.
Oh, Matt still considers you a friend, he said last week.
Yeah.
It's like that.
I bet Matt will watch this and get mad, but like, dude, you guys screwed me. Like, I don't know how I can consider you a friend.
Yeah,
and if you really did not know, that's worse.
Yeah, it's worse. It's worse. It's like that meme picture of like the skeleton at the bottom of the pool just drowning. That's how they left you.
Yeah, man.
You're just a drowning skeleton that's under the water.
Yeah,
like strapped with all that possible like debt from the landlord you could have had.
Yeah. So somebody asked me if they expected me to like do something for them, or like I was like, no, what they did to me. I'm like, oh no, they didn't do any of that.
Yeah,
all they did was shove a spiked dildo up my butt and try to force me to say thank you.
Yep. And I think I don't know if it's perspective. I think a lot of people in these situations that do these things think they're doing you a kindness. They're like, dude, I'm totally doing you a kindness. You're totally fine. Don't worry about it. It's like, I'm dying here.
Yeah.
Right?
Like having a newborn ain't no joke.
Yeah. I can't imagine the stress, dude.
But like, that's the other thing. The juxtaposition is like, you see your kids and it's just like all the stress goes away while you're there. But as soon as they go to bed, like your mind is going.
That's the worst thing, to be alone with your thoughts.
Yeah.
That's the absolute worst part, man.
I'd be locked up if people saw my thoughts, man.
Oh God. Yeah. Yeah. I just stress all day about random stuff that doesn't matter. That's what I do. I'm like, what if this random guy I knew from 3 years ago just calls me and decides that I owe him $100,000 for no reason? I'm like, I just think it's
what you do? Did you grab his wiener or something? What'd you do, man?
No, like it's, I don't know. It's stuff like, you take a lot of stuff on faith. Like, hey man, I'll give you this. You give me this. There's no contract, and you just guys do the thing.
Yeah, like I did notice a lot of people who never thought of me as a friend. They're trying to capitalize a little bit on what I'm doing. I'm like, dude, I don't even have that many followers to be like famous, but you haven't talked to me in like 8 years, 10 years. Yep. Yeah, there's some that were just really nice, like, hey man, it was good to see you, like crazy that happened to you, and it was just a nice message. But those people like, dude, you should invite me on, and I'm like, I don't know, like, I'm not doing this to be famous. I'm doing this because was connected to these guys.
Yeah,
and I'm not trying to steal the show. I think we've got to keep talking about it.
It's kind of related to that.
Your audio's out.
What? Is it out? Can you hear me? That's weird.
I can't hear you.
Can the chat hear me? Let's see if they can hear me. Hold on.
What the freak is going on?
Hold on.
Should I come back in and out?
Okay. They can hear me. Yeah. Hold on.
Is his audio out, chat? But you can't hear me? Okay, I'm gonna pop in and out. Is that all right?
Yeah, go. Yeah.
All right.
There we go. Yep. Oh, look, now the chat's going. Hey, what's up, guys? You lurking bitches in the chat. I see Sly Rod for the first time tonight. What the hell, Sly Rod, this whole time? All right. We get it. I think only he can't hear me. I don't think only he can't hear me. Maybe his headset died. His headset probably died. By the way, boys, we are halfway to Naked Snake with a couple minutes left. Don't forget.
I can hear you now.
You can hear me? Hey, success.
Yeah.
I was just going to tell you, I have kind of a related / unrelated. What's up, Darth the Darky? When I first started doing YouTube and all the way up until recently, I had old friends from like school. I shouldn't say friends, man. I didn't have any fucking friends. I had like 2 friends. Everybody else hated my ass. But I had people, specifically the people that weren't my friends, messaging me on Facebook all the time. Like being like, oh, bro, like, I'm so glad we were friends back in the day. It's like cool to know you after you do all this. And I'm like, motherfucker. But I had this one guy that was a super bully to me. Most people were, but he was awful. And he messaged me and he's like, hey, man, like, yeah, we were friends back in high school. And I'm like, I don't think we were. But I was like, oh, yeah, okay. And he wanted to come on my channel and be like a co-host on my show. I had not. I've talked to this guy like a handful of times in school, and he was so awful to me. And I haven't seen him since I was 15 years old because I quit school at 16. And he messaged me and was like wanting to be my co-host and also manage my channel and like take ownership over of it and be my manager and like split the money.
What
and
the
I'm like,
hell?
And I'm like, what the fuck?
What kind of offer is that?
Yeah, like what the fuck? You gonna give me like $500,000 for this or something? I'm confused.
Even if I was your best friend, I wouldn't offer you that.
Yeah. It's like basically an offer where he gets a bunch of cool stuff and I just die. Like it's weird. So at any rate, then I just didn't respond. And then he messaged me like the next day, calling me a piece of shit and saying like my videos suck and I'm awful and I'm stupid and ugly and stuff. And I was like, okay. He was obviously on drugs or something. So I just took a screenshot of his psycho ass like chat and I just put it on my like personal Facebook with all those people from school could see it. And I was like, I don't know what happened to this dude, but he's a psycho. Like he just messaged me this out of nowhere and everybody was just fucking commenting saying he's been a psycho for years. And I'm just like, yeah, vindicated. So what the hell, brother? That was the weirdest shit I've ever heard. You want to split your money that you already have,
and you did nothing to work for it.
Yeah, I was just I just do all this by myself. I'm like, it's just wanted half my money and to be my manager. I'm like, do you even know what that entails? Do you know what being a manager entails? I don't even know what it entails. Like, it was the dumbest shit I've ever seen. I saw a documentary where, I think it was a documentary where there's this guy called Airsoft Fatty. He's like a YouTuber from back in the day, or he still is, and he got famous for like the lightsaber battles, and he falls over. And he's like a fat.
Oh, is that chubby guy?
Yeah. And
it's not the all women are queens guy, is it?
I have no idea.
And then like the other fat guy goes like, all women are thoughts. And then they start fighting.
Not me, yeah. But no, he got a manager and started giving him money or something, and the guy just like tried to steal his channel and it was awful. And I'm like, yeah, why would anybody do that? Just put up a video of you farting. Like, if you don't want to like think about what you're doing, just throw shit out there. Who cares? You know, it's not that serious. But at any rate, man, you're free to go. We're at the 3-hour mark, and I'm gonna do my little bit here for the last couple minutes. But I pressure everybody.
Do you want me to go? Is that it?
Well, I'm about to get off anyway, so you can stay here.
I'll stick with you. You're a cool dude. I'll stick with you.
Well, you can stay a little in if you want. Everybody, make sure you do me a favor and subscribe to Mr. Gabe, the Last Relic. The link is in the chat. He's closing in on 1K subs. Big shout out to all the boys. I appreciate you guys so much. We're halfway to Naked Snake with a couple minutes left.
And I just wanna thank you, Camelot. Like, I don't like try to go on anybody else's stream unless I'm invited. I'm glad that you saw some value in my story for inviting me. So
yeah, I
really appreciate you and giving me, some time to speak on this. And your chat seems awesome. You seem like a solid guy, and I can't wait to get to know you more. But thank you for having me on.
We'll have to play some. I have to reinstall Master Chief Collection again.
Yeah,
for the 18th
Get some
time.
real Halo.
Yeah, dude. Like it sucks because my computer downstairs.
I gotta get money to get Xbox Live. That's what I gotta do.
Oh, yeah. Dude, it makes me so angry because I never play it. It's like once a year I might play Xbox Live. Once a year. And I'll not play it for 9 months, and then I'll get a PayPal statement because everything runs through my PayPal, and it's like, thank you for your payment to Microsoft. And I'm just like, no, I don't even play this yet. It was like WoW. I paid for WoW for 2 years and didn't play it at all. Yeah. So I went back and started playing WoW Classic again just to justify me paying that.
I don't know too much about WoW, but I've heard they also scam, but I don't know about
I wouldn't be surprised at all. Of course, gold scammers and whatnot, but yeah, I just like the old style, like the classic game that they have on there, which is just basically the old one. But yeah, at any rate, dude, it sucks because up here my storage is awful. Like I have a tiny solid state up on my PC up here, but downstairs I have unlimited. It's just unlimited. I don't think I'll ever fill it up. It's like 5 terabytes or something, but up here it's like 250 gigs on my solid state. I installed Master Chief Collection, and that's like half my hard drive or some shit. It's too much. It's too much. Assassin. I love how that's spelled. Look at that. Assassin. With a Canadian orange boy. Thanks for having Relic on. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. It was a great time. I knew it would be great. I appreciate that so much, man.
I'm a pretty good guy.
Yeah, dude. And I'll have to download Halo. I've been meaning to go through the campaigns when I'm doing gaming streams. But I went through Resident Evil recently and some Backrooms games recently, so I haven't got into it.
I have a very addictive personality, so like the reason I love Halo is because I pretty much only stick with Halo. I've stuck with Assassin's Creed, anything Lord of the Rings, like addicted. A lot of my friends try to get me into Warhammer. I'm like, dude, I'll ruin my life. I'll ruin my marriage if I start playing Warhammer. All my time will go to that.
That's so. Yeah,
I gotta be careful.
I'm not like that. Luckily, I'll play like World of Warcraft Classic for example. It is even to this day. My buddy Sean started playing it with me, and he's never played it before, and he fucking loves it. He's like, dude, I got the itch, and I'm like, it's crazy that this game from 2004 will get you sucked in. It's just really immersive, and we'll be playing it, but I play it like once or twice a week for like 2 hours, maybe. But I have had friends in the past. I had a guy that used to come in GameStop. His name was Gary, I think. And he started playing WoW Classic. It was like, I think it was like 2006 or 2007 when Burning Crusade came out. And I was playing it at the time too. He started playing that and he lost everything. He like his life fell into like disarray and like trash and uncleanliness and lost his wife. Lost everything because he would just play WoW literally 24/7 and not do anything else.
Luckily, I have a mother and a wife that will take a bat to my face.
Yeah, they should.
Yeah, and I won't call the cops because that's just real. You wash your dirty laundry in your own house.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody else needs to see that.
Speaking of dirty laundry, M Demo with a pink boy. Oh my God, he's a man. Look at my boy. Look at my boy. Said Fat Milk Deal, Nugget Steak. Damn it, Totos. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you so much.
My man, the same guy that was calling everybody gay or something.
Yeah, that's him.
You're a real one.
He's a real one. He calls us gay and then drops money. Which makes me feel better about myself. Thank you so much, M Demo. I appreciate you. You're the GOAT, brother. You're the new top dog and the new GOAT. Appreciate you, man. You're the GOAT as hell. Thank you. Hope you're doing well. I'll have PDH back probably next show. My girl is usually my co-host. But if I ever have a guest,
I've seen some. I didn't know she was your girl.
Yeah. She's her desk is right here beside me. So
and she hates me obviously because she's not here.
Yeah. No, dude. If I ever have a guest on, she's like, "Praise be," and then she just goes and reads. She's like, "Do you have a guest?" And I'm like, "Yes," and she's like, "Yes." I'm like, "All right," because sometimes she wants to do it, and sometimes here in the work week, she's an engineer and she works. She's in like a high level position at her company. And she's there all the time, and
she's just better than you, obviously.
That's for damn sure. Yeah, she's better than everything. She's better at everything except for guitar.
Hell yeah! My wife, if she calls me an idiot, I'm like, "You're the one that married me."
That is true. I think the same shit. Like I'm like, how the hell did this happen? Because she's like over the top attractive.
Yeah, I don't ask that question too often because I don't want her to know the answer.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm like, got it.
I don't bring it up. No, you're right. I don't bring that shit up.
You shouldn't, dude.
I don't bring it up, but I think it all the time. I'm like, damn. I'm like, she looks stellar. She's smart. She's super laid back. Doesn't care about you. She doesn't get pissed or do weird shit like some girls do. You know, she's just cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Super supportive in every way. Like when I started racing full time, it like completely changed my whole life. So, you know, I was just streaming every day. And then one day, somehow, by the grace of Jesus, I was just out racing NASCAR. It's the weirdest. I was like, I can't believe I'm here at freaking Daytona. I'm like, what the hell is this? How did this happen? So I became a yes man and stuff just fell into place. But yeah, I started racing and I would fly out on a Wednesday or a Thursday and I would get home on a Sunday night or a Monday morning. And I did that for like basically 2 years. And it was brutal. And she just came with me like to half of them. She would just fly with me and she would just work from like the plane Wi-Fi or work from the hotel room remotely. Because that's most of the jobs remote anyway. And
that's awesome. That's so awesome.
And she'd still be doing the same shit if I was still doing it. Now, granted, I've raced like 4 or 5 races this year. Like I raced a month ago at Talladega, but still, like she just goes to all of them. She's
do you ever fear like crashing or anything like that?
No, man.
Yeah.
You can't be even remotely afraid of that. Are you fucked?
I had a friend that he was trying to get into Formula 1. He did Formula 3.
Yeah.
And he won a few championships and he already had like 2 friends die by the age of 16. And he said that racing, he was never scared of racing. He was scared of going on the road, getting his license. Because like I'm driving with professionals. On the road, I'm driving with morons.
That is their damn sure. Thank you for the raid, Anna, by the way, on Roomble. By the way, you're actually when you're in a race car, like in a professional environment, you get an inch away from people and you completely trust them. Like you just trust you can go into a corner with a guy an inch off your front bumper and lay on the brakes. And you completely trust that his braking points are almost going to be identical to yours. Because once you get to a certain level, everybody's skill level is really close. So you go into the corner and you're braking at the same moment. So like you just trust all that thing. But in traffic, don't trust shit.
Yeah.
Don't trust shit.
Did it ever translate when you getting like tailgating people or stuff in traffic?
No.
Yeah, because I know I know a few military vets that said like after driving Afghanistan for like a year, they couldn't they had to relearn how to drive in civilization.
Yeah, it's more like drive. It's more like flying a jet than it is like it's just completely different. People are like, it's like driving a car. No, it's Thank you, Anna, for the raid. Also on YouTube, I love you, Anna. Hope you're doing well.
Follow that Star Wars girl as well.
She's the goat, brother. She's the goat. One time, me and her got wasted, and we watched pimple popping videos.
Well, brother, if you ever get wasted, call me and I'll drive you home because I don't drink.
There you go. Yeah, I don't drink often. No, she's great. She's cool as hell. But no, it's I'm not afraid of crashing, and I've crashed a lot, so it's all good.
Yeah,
I hit the wall at Talladega going probably 190. It's totally fine.
Damn.
It's just really combust. It's like it's like a really hard like.
Did the first time you crashed, were you freaked out or no?
I didn't realize it was happening until it happened. Like a guy came up behind me and went to my inside and washed up and just cleaned me out. So I was just like going around the corner and I was just blah. And then I was like, well, that sucks. I didn't feel anything, but the Talladega felt that shit. Pocono, I was racing at Pocono in the truck series. And I remember my front tire blowing as I went into the entry of the corner. So you're going like 185 probably. Yeah. You go into the entry of the corner and the front, I saw the front right hood go like bounce up and there was an explosion noise, like combust.
Yeah.
You know exactly when it happens, you know. I'm going into the corner and it goes, and then the car just goes straight. And I see the wall for a whole 3 seconds, maybe 2 seconds. I don't know. Just, I'm like, oh no. It was rough. You just like this. You're just like, well, here it goes.
You make it sound funny, but that's terrible.
It's scary, but you don't really get hurt. I mean, my Talladega hit was definitely the hardest one I've ever had, and it was just I saw stars for like a minute, woo, and it's fine. They check you out. You have to go to the hospital after, and they do all these tests on you, make you read all these freaking diagrams like really fast for like your concuss level. M. Dimmel says, I didn't call you gay, Cody. Only Billy is the gay one, and given the month, it's the taboo way to be gay for Billy. That's true. It's Pride Month, Billy. What's up? Hell yeah. Congratulations, Billy. Thank you, M. Appreciate you, brother. Emotional Support Chad's here. He says, I've never been in an accident. I have full confidence in my driving ability on the road. It's the maniacs around me that terrify me. Women drivers, man. I tell you what.
Dude, word. My wife, every time we see somebody speeding or doing stupid stuff, she's like, I bet that's a woman. And I'm like, Probably.
It's always a Nissan Altima. I don't know what the hell that's about. Always like a Nissan Altima with the front and rear bumpers like grounding on the ground.
Those are black women.
Oh, shit.
You didn't know.
I had no idea. Well, damn.
Nissan Altima's their go-to.
Gabe coming in with the knowledge. He's teaching us every day. Did you actually know statistically? Yeah. Despite being 13% of the car owners. No,
I might call myself an expert from time to time.
Yeah, dude. It is true. No. But yeah, dude, I appreciate that, guys. 170 from Naked Snake. We got a few minutes left. I'm gonna go probably till midnight. I'm getting the hell off here. Hard stop, bitches. Dimbala, Art the Clown. Let's go.
Here's almost 1 a.m.
Yeah. Wait. Oh yeah, you're on the East Coast. Yeah,
I'm in Florida. Yeah.
Oh yeah. See, I'm in Alabama. I'm like directly north. We fall under Central.
I worked in Alabama.
Yeah, it's a good place. It's a lot of people are like, I don't like Alabama. I'm like, it's really actually just normal.
It's just relaxed. It's not a lot of smart people in Alabama.
That's for damn sure.
But a lot of people with big hearts. There's a lot of people with big hearts over there. Yes. Alabama's the only place that, like, if I'm walking down the street consistently, people are like, you need Jesus Christ in your life. And I'm like,
that's true.
Thank you.
Hell yeah. Praise Bill. Praise Bill.
Yeah.
Oh, I
got invited to church, like every single church. Like, I think the entire time I was there, like at least 3 times a day.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I got invited to church recently. I was at the gym. Some guy was like, you should come to my church. And I was like, maybe one day. But
in Utah, you get a lot of Polynesians that like just stare at you and be like, hey, would you like to come to church with us? And then like you think you're gonna fight.
Yeah, you're like, if I say no, am I going to your church by force? Yeah. No, like I grew up in a small ass town in Alabama, and everyone went to church. Like I went to church. I go to church. My favorite part was like playing basketball before like the youth thing. And then like it began, and I was like, this sucks. I want to play basketball again. And then they would feed us.
Get you.
They would give us like pizza, which was goated. And then we would do the lock-in where we would go there. We go to the church, and then they had this loft, like this giant loft in the gymnasium. We go up in the loft, and they just had like N64s and stuff.
It was awesome. Like our young men's leaders, they would like get a bunch of projectors and Xboxes, and like all the young men would just system link and play Halo. Hell yeah! At least like once a week. It was awesome.
That's what me and Elder Wells did when he was in my house. We played. We played like PlayStation 1 like all the time. He would just sit there in his like white shirt and his like black pants, and he's just sitting there beside this little fat kid just playing like WWE Raw or something. It's hilarious.
Oh, WWE Raw, man! I forgot about those games, man.
I remember specifically, like I was playing as Stone Cold, and Stone Cold was just laying out cuss words, and Elder Wells was like, "Okay," he's like, "This game's a little wild."
I see you.
He's like, "This is a little much, isn't it, Cody?" I'm like, "No, it's great. It's great. Really cool to watch." He smashes beers on his face and drinks them. It's great. Elder was like, all right, well, if you like
that, that's the gospel right there.
Yeah. It was great, man. It's great. Speaking of being great, Irakias, $100 super.
Hell yeah.
Oh my gosh. My man. In honor of the spirit of the Red Boys that visited me the other day. What the hell does that mean? What does that mean? Are you being racist? You being racist right now? Sounds kind of racist.
I think you got raped.
What? Gabe!
You said it visited him. Sorry, can I not say that? My bad. Like,
no, you're fine.
My bad.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
I don't know. He had all this text he could write out. I don't know. And he just put that. I'm like, are you okay? Is this your last $100? Are you giving us a message?
What?
My bad.
I'm like, what does this mean?
I'm telling you, if people saw my mind, I'd get arrested.
Yeah, I don't know. I just saw that red super chat, and all I thought was, it's like, okay, didn't expect this. No,
it was more about the icon, but okay.
I thought he was talking about a Native American tribe, but it's fine.
Hey, they're called the Red Boys.
Yeah,
not the Red Men.
The Red Cardinal. Yes, Irakias, you sent me that picture the other day. Yeah, he sent me a picture of a red little bird, and I was like, it's a cardinal. Look at that shit. He's my buddy. He's my Mexican buddy that eats Panda Express exclusively 24/7.
Oh,
he's a good dude.
Bueno, primo.
Yes.
Es chingón. Es chingón.
Thank you, Eric, guys. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. It's a rainbow knot. Oh, shit.
Ooh.
I didn't mean to duck.
Is that the sound they make after?
Yeah. Thank you, brother. Billy says we're 60 for Mega Snake. Let's get on it, doggone it. I'm also playing Halo CE and Halo 2 again.
Yeah.
Get on it, doggone it. Yeah, I want to play Halo CE. You know, are you excited for that campaign evolve?
Freak no.
Why?
Because it's like you're completely changing the engine, the aesthetics. You're like you didn't make the maps bigger or have the same experience. Like you're not trying to provide the same experience that people had with better graphics. You know, and like added content. You're not, you know, like the sounds are different. Like why are the sounds different? You know, the engine they're using is from Reach, and like the elites act differently. Like it's like you could redesign some things, but Forerunner technology completely, you're adding to the story. I just don't have faith in Halo Studios.
You know, I agree with all those things you said, because I was talking to my buddy at the gym about this 2 days ago. And I was like, bro, the engine's going to be different. It's going to be weird. But you said something that I liked. So you said they're using the Reach engine?
Yeah.
So at least, so I thought they were going to use something from like 343, or I was like worried they were going to use a weird Halo 4 engine.
It's better than they did that, you know, but.
Yeah, I was afraid they were going to, because that doesn't even feel remotely. At least Halo Reach kind of, when you're walking around, it feels like you're playing Halo 3 a little, right? Whereas Halo 4, it's like, not even remotely close, right?
But they're going to use that engine for all the other Halos they come on. So it's like Reach had a different feel, which was nice because you're not playing Master Chief.
Yeah.
You know, you're like the whole point of CE is that when they followed you and it wasn't like the best of the elites, it wasn't the best of the best. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Followed you from Reach. And then in Halo 2, they thought there was nobody on Earth. So they like jumped the gun and the Covenant came in, right?
Yeah.
So it makes sense lore-wise that like, oh yeah, Halo Reach, they put out the best of to destroy this planet, to get everything, get Forerunner technology, all this stuff. But then when you get to Halo CE, it's supposed to be very basic. It's supposed to be like the Covenant are also panicking that you discovered something and you're trying to discover it. You're trying to figure out what it is.
Yeah.
And there's not much of you. Most of you are dead. So it's like really like the hero story. And you're scrambling. You're trying to get the right weapons. You don't have enough weapons. So it's... I feel like they're trying to make it too big from what Halo C is supposed to be.
Right.
You know, like bigger than it is. Like I would have been okay if they used the Halo 3 engine and then used all that.
I will say, I think Reach has the best campaign with the exception of CE. Right? Like, God, I loved Reach, bro. I fucking love Reach.
Yeah.
And I love, I remember, I don't know if you remember this.
I think it had the most emotional grasp. I prefer Halo 3.
When she got snapped, it was
it was like, no.
It's like, what?
Yeah.
Was this Game of Thrones? Like, what just happened? Like, no warning, just got gone. I'm like, all right, well, she's my favorite character. I guess I'll just leave now. No, but no, dude, I really loved Reach, and I played. I mean, I still have my collector's edition that's like individually numbered.
Yeah.
But the thing about Reach was, I remember when it came out, I was loving it, and there were people who were like, I don't like Reach sucks. It's trash.
Yeah, I didn't understand that. Like, I didn't have the mind of like, this is the engine and this is like the multiplayer thing. I was just like, this is a fun, awesome game.
Yeah, and I think those people now, it's like the prequels of Star Wars, kind of way less extreme, but like, it's like Halo 4 came out, and everybody was like, "Oh, perhaps we treated Reach too harshly."
Yeah, I prefer Halo 4 over Halo Infinite.
Oh,
honestly.
for sure, I prefer Halo 4 over everything that came out after.
Yeah.
4 was all right, like, but it just didn't feel. I played. But it just
the multiplayer is pretty solid. Like, I feel like they had a good progress.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
But yeah.
But it's when you go back and play the like Halo 3 and Halo 8,
you're like
you're locked in, brother.
Yeah, like the sounds you make, like everything.
Dude, all I want to do is like have a child that's 14 years old. Like they get to 14, I'm like, all right, we're gonna play this game called Halo 3. We're gonna just go to
my kids watch me play Halo. Like, can I watch you play Halo? I'm like, hell yeah.
Dude, I feel like I'm doing like backflips and shit. Yeah. We did a Halo 3 and Halo 2 stream a few months ago on my buddy Karas's channel. And I think I won every single match in the 3 hours with the exception of one. I was just like melting.
Yeah.
And I'm like, still got it. You know what I'm saying? It's a good time. I love that. Billy says, give us the Doobie Doo song. No, Billy, how about you eat my cheeks? And also, M Dimmel says, "Oh, Scooby Dooby Doo, damn it." All right, well, I guess M Dimmel. I guess we'll do it for M Dimmel, not for Billy though. Only M Dimmel. Billy's gay, right? Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, M Dimmel. Shout out Peachy for the 20 jewels. Here we go.
Doobie doobie doo.
Here you go, M Dimmel.
Doobie doobie doo.
I hope you like it.
Doobie doobie doo.
Oh my god.
Doobie doobie doo. Doobie doobie doo.
That was during the quartering drama. It was beautiful. he kept every stream for like a long time. He would just be like doobie doobie doo, like when he was like scrolling.
Like I was surprised with all the drama because I don't follow drama, but I remember when like Az and Nerdrotic were on their channel. I remember when he said that like Az was from New Zealand, and all that, and it like just went on for years. And so I was like, wait, weren't they all friends? Like I don't know what's going on. And
yeah, it was weird. It broke containment, is what they said.
Yeah.
Like I was streaming about it, and I had like 500 people watching, and I was like, "Oh, it's a good audience." We're having, and then 3 streams later, I had like 3,000 concurrent.
Oh,
like,
damn!
What the hell's going on? This is crazy. Yeah, and then of course he blocked me on Twitter because if I even tweeted remotely about him, it got like 1,000 likes in like an hour. So he just blocked my ass eventually.
Word.
I said he was wearing concealer for his under eye bags, and he blocked me and called me a retard. And I was like, well, I wear concealer sometimes. Like if I have like a really bad bump somewhere, I'll just dab a little on.
I didn't know you were gay, dude.
I'm
told
like,
your girl that.
yes, well, everybody's a little gay, you know. Ain't nothing wrong. Chris Hemsworth walks in. He's like, "What's up?" Yeah, probably.
I'm like, no. Have you seen his
Only
wife?
did it once.
Yeah,
brother.
No,
I don't know if
thank you. No, thank you.
I'm gonna be like Eric Kyle, the raped.
It's like, how'd you get so rich?
I don't know, man. I just how did
Met Chris Hemsworth?
Yeah, he came into my room and he was like 20 million. I'm like, yeah. You didn't even have to pay me, brother. What's up? No, he says I stopped you many times during that stream. Yeah, many, like 3, right? What do you consider many?
Hey, I'll say I suck at Halo, but I love it. I don't care how much I lose. I love the crap out of it.
Man, I played it so much when I was younger. Years. I think it was the hardest thing ever. Was on Halo 2 was getting to 50 in Team Slayer. Like getting to, you know how you get like a little Halo ring when you hit 50.
Yeah.
I wish they still had that. Like that.
I wish they just didn't monitor the chat because I want to say some stuff that I can't say on YouTube.
Bro, God, if only
in honor of Pride Month.
And if only they could dig up these old like somehow feeds. If they could, we'd all be fucked.
I bet they can. I bet they can.
They would find everybody. They'd be like, they go to me and they'd be like, "Oh, dude, did you hear what he said, bro? I had a buddy, dude. I didn't do this. Okay, I didn't.
Sure. Okay.
Look, I would never do something like this. No, but I had a buddy that any time that he thought he heard a black guy, it was over.
Straight from Alabama.
Dude, we were like 14, and he would fucking go off, and like it obviously,
smoke alarm.
Yeah, exactly. He thought he was joking around, but like, brother. Now, obviously, if it was, dude, we call people gay every 2 seconds back when we were 14.
Yeah.
That's completely different. But some of my buddies went a little hard, and I'm just over here like, damn, brother, what's up? I'm just like laughing like, fuck, it's crazy.
We should talk philosophy after this.
Yeah. Like, this is wild, brother. Wild as hell. All right, boys, where is it at? Oh, we got 5 minutes until midnight. 45 away from Naked Snake. Oh my God. Can it possibly happen? Thank you, M. Dimmel. Thank you, Erikias. Thank you, Billy. I appreciate you guys so much. So what do you got planned, man? So you're about to hit 1,000 subs on YouTube. I was actually talking to the same friend at the gym today about this. Back in my day, in like 2018, when I was doing YouTube, or when I started, you had to have 100,000 subs for this to even remotely be like an actual job, or it could be. But now, dude, my girl Zia, she's got like 9,000 subs, and she worked hard for them. And dude, she makes way more than I do, or giant YouTube, the million subscribers. She makes more on streams. Now, obviously, it's because she has her turd cutters out the whole time. But still, you know, like, still, she makes a lot of money. And I'm like, and so, yeah, it's, what do you have planned, man?
So on my channel, I literally just do what I want. I mainly do live streams. I talk about whatever it is I want to talk about, whether it's news, whether it's a movie I watched, just stories sometimes, talk about cars, talk about jujitsu. And yeah, like it's more of a variety channel. I don't really have like a one route, but I just want to provide good content. Now I'm still learning, still trying to figure it out. And I actually like this is the last few days, like Echo Base Network this has been my favorite stuff, just talking, chilling, meeting people. And yeah, like, so I don't know what, like, if I should have one singular focus,
Yeah, and that's a good plan, especially now. Like back in my day, you had to find a thing that worked, and you had to replicate it 1,000 times.
Yeah, that's what everybody kept telling me, and they told me like you should just copy like the same format as a streamer you like, and I'm like, but then I'm just him. I'm just a knockoff of that person.
Yeah,
and I just want to be authentic. I just want to be me. Like if I want to talk about Star Wars, I'll talk about Star Wars. If I want to talk about freaking booty, I'll talk about booty. Like I just want to have some fun, enjoy myself. Like, and everybody that like I connect with, I hope I can just bring some enjoyment.
Yeah, that was me. Like when I first started, I had no idea what I was going to do. So I was putting out guitar videos, and I didn't really know what I was doing, and I was trying to like see what other people were doing, and then I saw that one video, the guy talking about GameStop, and I was like, shit, I worked at GameStop a lot longer, and I know I'm an expert in this bullshit.
Yeah.
So I made the video, and it immediately took off. So I just made like 100 of them in a row, and put them out like every other day, and they would just take off every time.
That's sick, yeah.
And then I was like, well, I guess I'll try one at Walmart because I was a district manager at Walmart at this time. So I'll make one, and it immediately took off. And then, of course, I got fired from Walmart. Obviously. They were like, we found your YouTube. And I was like, shit. So that was gone. So I just jumped into this full time.
Yeah.
And luckily nowadays, you can, like Zia just talks to the stream with her boobies out. And she's like, and she just does great. She does great, and she's fun. She's charming. She's entertaining.
Man, I need some boobies.
Yeah, bro. Could you imagine? Oh, if I look like Zia, like minus 28 years, right? Because she's like 50. I'm joking. No, but if I look like Zia, bro, I'd be at like 3 million subs right now.
Hell yeah.
I'd be like, wow, oh my gosh, it's my birthday. I feel so depressed right now. I'm kind of.
That's why you did the bandana thing, right?
It does work a little. There's some positives, to have man movies as well. PS2 Chopper says, I love Billy. I don't. Thank you, PS2 Chopper. I love you, buddy. I appreciate you. PS2 Chopper, the GOAT. He's the GOAT. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. You getting it. You're getting it going. You're getting us going. That puts us at 629 naked snakes. PS2 Chopper, I love you. Thank you for everything you do for me, brother. He donated 260 memberships the other night.
Shoot, I don't even know what that means. I keep hearing that like this is how stupid I am. Like, oh, thanks for the mods. I'm like, I don't know what that is. Or gifted memberships. I'm like, who gets these gifts? Because I never get a gift.
Yeah.
I don't know what this stuff is. Like,
yeah,
like, that's how stupid I am on YouTube.
There's like a relatively new thing where you can hype videos, and you just have like points that you can use, I guess, daily to hype videos. And I always go to my videos, and I'm like, I see the hype button, and it's like, you can't hype your own videos. And I'm like, this is bullshit. This is the only video I want to hype. It's mine. Thank you, thank you, PS2 Chopper. Carify says, can I have the doobie doobie chody? Do you love me or not? And that's a question as a friend, of course. I love you as a lover, not a friend. What is this? Preschool? Come on. No. Thank you, Carify. Shout out to Carify. I'm going to give her a little bit of the doobies. Thank you, Carify. You're goated. I love you, PFP. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. She's so good to me. I don't know why. Thank you, Carify.
He's grooming you.
Thank you, Carify.
It's Pride Month, man. He's grooming you.
Oh, shit. I didn't mean to push that. It scared the hell out of me. God. When I play games, I use OBS. And I have these old alerts I set up like 7 years ago. And when somebody super chats like $50, that Doom music goes off. But it's like 5 times louder. And it just scares the piss out of me every time. Especially if I'm playing a horror game. God. What's up, Gucci Miss? How you doing, brother? Thank you, buddy. And Billy says, one more. Thank you, Billy. I appreciate you. We have hit Naked Snake, boys. It is official. Thank you guys so much for all your love today. You've been goats. I appreciate you. Big shout out to Eric Hyas, M. Dimmel, Billy, Carify, PS2 Chopper, Assassin. Thank you. Most support Chad, J Doc. There's a lot of you. Maverick Cuba. Oh my God. Thank you, brother. Crypt Keeper, my boy. Thank you, Bryce Jones. Thank you guys. Amateur, everybody. I appreciate you guys. You guys are goated. We had like 50 super chats today. Appreciate you guys.
Sick.
Bunch of goats, I tell you, goats. All right, I'm gonna hit Naked Snake and I'm gonna raid somebody. Let me pick a raid route here. And no, Billy, I'm not doing it again. Don't ask me. Billy's like, raid me. I'm like, no. I'm not doing it. I refuse to do this, brother. Okay. We're gonna raid, I think, Philip Chan. Let me make sure. Or Raging Rhino.
Philip Chan.
I like Philip Chan.
That little twink.
Oh, it's his stream is called CAMELCAST. Yeah, I gotta raid that guy.
Yep.
I have to. CAMELCAST?
You guys addicted, man. Like every time I pop up in my YouTube and it's him, it's like, oh shoot, just titties in the face.
Yeah, bro.
Every time.
I'm all about it, you know. I mean, I'm a little old. I'm old, so I'm like not that jazzed up. But like, still, I get it. You know, I remember being that guy when I was 20.
How old are you? How old are you?
I'm 36.
Oh, you're not that old.
But when I was 27, brother, and I had Tinder, it was a different world.
You were a fiend.
Yeah, well, I got a divorce when I was 26, and
damn, that sucks.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was a very random and unexpected and instant. It was like instant. It was like overnight.
Oh, really?
It's just woke up one day and she was like, "I'm out," and I'm like, "Whoa, what?" It was weird. So, at any rate, I downloaded Tinder, and this was when I was like 147 pounds and shredded to the gills because I was like deep into like my first stint in cutting, and I just started dating girls, like 2-3 girls a week off Tinder, and it was
what you called dating.
Well, it's the technical term, but like, no, I would have so many conversations going on that I would just be like, "Hey, you want to come over and drink tequila and watch a movie?" And like, I would send it to all these girls, and like 3 of them would be like, maybe, and one of them be like, yes, or 2 yes, and then I would pick the best one, and I would just change the day out. And I was a fiend. But then I got like a year into that, or a year and a half in, and I was like, this is stressful, and I'm tired, and I don't even look forward to this anymore. I kind of just want to stream, so I started.
It's too easy.
That's when I started YouTube.
Yeah. Sweet.
And Demo says ass and titties. Ass and titties. Zia, we thank you. Thank you, Zia, for your ass and titties. We love Zia. All right. I'm not raiding Carlos. What the hell is wrong with you, Carlos? Oh my God. All right. I'm gonna do next. You want to stay for this? You want to stay for this?
Sure, yeah. Like I'm
all right. You can
be a part of it, brother.
You're gonna be weirded out, but it's fun. We're gonna do it. All right. Thank you guys so much for all the love, all the support. We're gonna do Naked Snake for the 269th time, 629th. God, what is wrong with me? 629 in a row. And I'll be back likely tomorrow and Friday. Or, well, I don't know about Saturday. I don't know, man. I'm trying to be here every single day. So thank you, M. Demo. I love you. I appreciate it. It's time for Naked Snake. Get the hell on it, dog. Like the stream on the way out. We got 30 likes until 300. Let's go. Subscribe to Mr. The Last Relic. Hell yeah. His link is in the chat. He's 170 from 1,000 subs. It's that time again, boys. Let's go. Hell yeah. Give me some bees in the chat. Peachy, give me some love in the chat. Where's the bees? I wish you didn't have to search for the bee every damn time. Bee. There's your bees. All right, here we go, guys. You guys ready? You guys ready for this? All right, here we go. Take my headset off.
What a thrill.
Chati.
Darkness and silence.
Thank you, Chati. I appreciate
Oh.
you. Assassin.
I'm searching, I'm melting.
It's that time again, boys. You ready? 629 times.
But you're so supreme.
Here we go, babe. Snake eater in my time. There be nobody else. It was shoulder day today. Cry. It's the way I fly to you. It's how I fly to you, Gabe.
Yeah, you do.
I'm still in a dream, snake eater. boys. Y'all ready?
Someday we'll go through the rain. Someday you feel on a tree frog. It's a trial to survive.
Oh my gosh, PG. 629 times in a row. One more time, boys.
Not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be nobody else. Cry, it's the way I fly to you.
Here we go.
I'm still in a dream. Snake eater.
629 times in a row. Watch the show. Share it to Gabe. The last run. We're coming on. I'm partying with your boy for a couple hours. Appreciate you guys so much. Get the hell out. One more time. You ready, Tati? Here we go. Oh my God. Thank you guys. Shout out to Eric Kaya. Shout out to MD Mobility, all peeps. I appreciate you guys so much. Hot diggity damn. Thank you guys. Amazing. There you go. You survived, Gabe. You survived.
Damn.
You
Damn.
survived. It's all over.
Can see how you making all that money.
Yeah, dude, let's go. I used to, my upper body always stays like in shape. It's just if I gain like 20 pounds in the off season, it all goes straight to my freaking like love handles. It's the worst. So lame.
Sound like a girl.
But luckily, it always looks great up top. So I can just keep doing this. No, if I get to 205 versus 170, I still look the same up here. So my shoulders just get slightly smaller when I cut, which is lame.
You ain't cutting right, man.
Yeah, I need to stack some shit, right? What's that like?
No. Just not need the right movements, brother.
What are we gonna stack here? You know? Yeah, maybe I'll
Everything,
up that test a little bit. B-Bowl, sus, NPP.
Nah, don't do that, man. You'll ruin your chances.
Nah, not yet. Maybe in my late 40s.
Getting fertile.
Maybe my late 40s, I think. Might go to the moon.
Well, yeah. Testosterone drops after 35.
Let's go. Let's go. It's time. Yes, sir. Yeah, that's what it's all about. All right, let me raid on Rumble. There's that. All right, cool. We're gonna raid Philip Chan on the CAMELCAST. Get on it, doggone it. I'll see you guys over there, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I love you. I appreciate you. Shout out to all the boys. Shout out to the top dog today, Mr. M. Demo. Shout out to Eric Kayas. Shout out to everybody. I love you. I appreciate you guys. Get on it, diggity doggone it. We'll party tomorrow with PDH. See you guys later.
Thanks again.
Thank you. Subscribe to Gabe. One more time, link. That is not the right link. That's
Is that your OnlyFans?
yeah. Don't subscribe to that. It's not ready. I gotta Photoshop some stuff. All right, there it is. Last relics in the chat. Give him some love. I'll see you guys over on Philip, Mr. CAMELCAST. See you guys over there. Thanks.